right. How's everybody doing, Laredo and across the world? How's everybody doing? So, week 5, we've done 4 shows. This is week 5. Welcome to the podcast. Big River Talks coming at you from Laredo, Texas, our little corner of the world. So, a lot of things have happened in the last week, a lot to talk about. We have a bunch of awesome guests coming in a little bit. You'll probably see some movement. We are. Fred here was able to get some new cameras. Hopefully by next week we'll have a new view. So we're getting better at this, guys. I promise you it's going to be a lot better. So before we continue, I'm going to let Bojo come in and talk to us about it. Every week we're going to start off with a recap of what happened last time. And that's Bojo's job, Bojo Fett. That's his job to recap in case you all missed it. So Bojo, take it away.
Thank you, TJ. Southman, great pleasure to be here again today.
Likewise.
And to our odd live audience, because we are filmed before a live audience. You're welcome to stop by, guys. So just want to do a little recap. We had some excellent guests, as always, last week. In case you missed it, we had a ball with our guests. First, we had Mr. JR, Mr. Juan Rodriguez, from here from Laredo. Everybody's known his career. Everybody knows his career. He's well known. He's worked for several different local TV entities, and now he's doing his own thing. And we want to thank him for stopping by. I wish we could spend more time with him. He's got a boatload of stories to share with us. And there was I held back a couple of questions that I wanted to ask him, so maybe we can bring him back on sometime later on down the line. That'd be awesome.
Definitely.
Doors are always open for him also. And then, of course, we had Mr. Joe Ojeda from Celina Los Dinos. Oh, my goodness. Things went a little crazy there with them, but it was all in good fun. It was all in good fun, and it was just, again, as I mentioned there, I'll recap it and I'll say again, I felt a little starstruck because, he is Tejano royalty, believe it or not, or like it or not, and he is. Just so to have him here in front of us, as humble as he was, and taking all of our questions and going along with our little gaggle stuff that we had here going on, I really, really appreciate that. So, Mr. Joe Ojeda, thanks for showing up also with Cindy and the rest of the crew that was here. Really, really I really enjoyed my time last. This is my, third time doing this?
Time. But who's counting, right?
Yeah, but I am taking, no, I'm just, third time doing this, and I really enjoyed last week's. I've enjoyed all of the weeks, but last week's was very little different, and I liked where it went, and hopefully we can get them back on also as well. So there you go.
Definitely. Well, thank you, Bojo. I really appreciate it. So let me tell you, man, Joe's been around. He's been around. He's and we didn't talk about his 3 Emmys. He's got 3 Emmy awards,
right.
and we missed it because he was too busy telling us about and joking and stuff. But he like you said, that's why we're using that word royalty. 3 Emmys. I'm sorry, Grammys. 3 Grammy awards for music that he's put together, corroborated with other people. That's awesome. So, and we didn't even get to talk about that because, as humble as he is, he doesn't do that. He's not going to talk about what he's done. He's just going to talk about, his experiences. So that was awesome. But Fred, what's going on in your world? Talk to us.
Well, good evening, everybody, and I hope everybody's doing well on this Thursday evening. And, of course, welcome to another episode of Big River Talks podcast. As I said earlier in the morning show, we have more things coming up, more interviews, be that from the city perspective, the community perspective, and the musical perspective. So we have a little bit of everything coming up here in the near future. And like TJ said, yes, we will, and we are working on getting a lot more better in every venue possible. So we welcome everybody. We thank everybody for the support as well. And I hope we can be what you all expected. So thank you again for your support. TJ?
All right. So before the guests get here and we start talking to them, I wanted to bring up a couple of things. First of all, it's a celebration of a lot of religious beliefs, and a lot of people are getting ready for it. So as you can tell, we put a little piñata here of the Easter Bunny and trying to get into the spirit. So we really hope that you guys appreciate and understand that it's not about the Easter Bunny. This is about our beliefs, whether you're Catholic, Christian, it doesn't matter what denomination. It's the same deity, the same God. It's the same person that we need to be respectful to and abide by. So I'm not gonna get too much into that because this show's not about that. But I did want to talk about or actually bring it up. It is Easter weekend. Don't forget the reason for it. It's to celebrate what we believe in, and please be safe out there. Let me tell you. So let's talk some logistics when it comes to the celebration. De Casablanca, for example, is expecting up to 2,000 people, visitors. All right. So and of course they're gonna beef up their presence with DPS and the game wardens. Just remember, there's no alcohol allowed. I know that a lot of people are gonna want to do what I'm doing right now, is put a red soda cup, and it's water, guys. It's just water. But be careful, because you get caught, you're gonna get you can get arrested and fined. So again, be safe. This thing's about celebrating our beliefs. It's not so much about looking for a rabbit that laid eggs, which makes no sense to me. But okay, whatever.
Chocolate eggs.
Chocolate eggs. That's right. Chocolate, not just regular eggs. Chocolate eggs. So, with that being said, please be safe. A lot of people are going out of town. Be safe driving out. Be safe coming back. It is supposed to be a fun event, not anything tragic. But unfortunately, we're human beings and we're stupid. So there's gonna be some tragedy somewhere. Just make sure it's not you. That's all you can do. Just make sure it's not you. All right. So let's talk about a couple of things. So Bojo, I think you sent me a picture about this, and I'm I don't know how to feel about this, but I hate to say it, but I'm gonna agree with it. So there is a real estate company out of Texas that does statistical data analysis and research, and they came up with a list of the top 10 most boring cities in Texas. Actually, the country, I believe. Let me double check that.
I think it was a country.
Nationwide. So the top 10 most boring cities in Texas, and guess who made number 10? Yours truly, Laredo, Texas. So I don't know. I mean, I cannot defend it. I'm sorry, but when it comes to some of the data that they put together, how they developed this, it's and they're looking at things like nightlife, entertainment for the family, education opportunities, even simple stuff like bookstores, stuff like that. They gather all this data, and they determined that Laredo, Texas was number 10 on that list of all the cities. And I'm talking about major cities, not little cities. So they're comparing us with, cities like San Antonio, Dallas, and Houston, and all that stuff. So that is not a very good list to be on. But what do you think, Bojo? Talk to me.
So, with that said, TJ, I just think that it's who do you think that responsibility falls on to make Laredo unboring or exciting, or even, as the kids say now, mid?
It's going to be a combination, Bojo. It's going to be. It's not. Look, we cannot blame this 100 on the government. We can't.
That's exactly what I'm saying, and that's exactly what this platform is for. I'm telling you, you have ideas. You want to do this. You want to show something that the rest of the city hasn't seen, or you want to express this. That's what this platform is for. So we continuously open, our doors for you to stop by and bring us your ideas, bring us what you're doing, bring us what you're thinking that you want to do, and maybe somebody else out there listening within our local government is like, you know what, guys, you're onto something, and then he or she decides to stop by, and we have a little forum, and that's what it is. This won't be a city hall kind of thing, right? Never. We'll never allow that. But we will, have two people, talking across the table, two different groups, and let's get something going. And this is always going to be, unless we make a change. TJ said in the past, and to piggyback when he says, we've identified the problem. Now let's find a solution. We don't care how we got here. We don't blame anybody that got us here. Shame on you if you know who you are, but we're not going to mention that. We want to move forward, forward, always forward. So that's what this is. So I honestly think, TJ, to answer your question, it's not. I hate to say it's too cliche, but it's a two-way street. But actually, it's teamwork, man.
Yep.
It's not just the citizens. It's not just the local government. I mean, it's up to both of us to get together. That's why the title of this podcast. It's Big River Talks, because we have conversations here, but this is also Big River talking, Rio Grande talking, Laredo, Big River. So it's going to be a combination of everybody's efforts that's listening, that's wanting to do something, that's wants to share, and we need to follow it through. Because a lot of people, we start a lot of stuff, and I'll get off my soapbox here, but we start something. Oh yeah, we do this and we can do that, and 2 weeks in, 3 months in, it's a dead project. What happened? So no, guys, it starts small, yeah,
Of course.
but somebody out there's going to be listening to us. Hopefully, a big investor is like, hey, so where's Laredo? What is Laredo? Laredo's the biggest inland port, the biggest nationwide. There is. I mean, I'm not even going to get into the eaches, but the amount of traffic or vehicles that come through our bridges every day and leave also, because we export, we send out everywhere. We don't only import. There's got to be an investor out there that sees, you know what? I see the influx of folks that come in from Mexico for shopping, for entertainment. And a lot of times what happens? We get bypassed.
Right.
They go to San Antonio or, Austin, and that's all fine and dandy. There's business for everybody. But some of that needs to land here. We talked about it, 2 podcasts ago, downtown. What about downtown? Nothing is being said. And if there is, please correct me. Send up right now. Let us know. No, there's this project coming up for Laredo. There's this investment company. That's what this is for. But anyway, I'll get off my soapbox again. But to answer your question, I'm just passionate about rebuilding Laredo. We are losing Laredo. We're losing it so fast that we can't do anything about it right now. But I think that we can. Maybe sometime later on this year we'll be able to do something. But we need to start talking now. So
Let me go ahead and to all the viewers, shout out going out to Jeffrey. Thanks a lot, Jeffrey, for watching. Thank you so much. And going out to all the viewers, if you have something that you want to talk about or anything, give us a call. Give us a call at 956-813-7737. Again, the number that you can call us is area code 956-813-7737.
All right. So going back to, and thank you, Fred, I appreciate that. Going back to, let me tell you how, so they got 100 of the most populated places in the U.S., okay? And like Bojo said, being the largest inland port, that connotates and that it's expected to understand that we are a populated area, okay? So what they did is they looked at 100 most populated cities across the state, across the country actually, and they went on a couple of things. Some of the variables that they researched was nightlife per capita, bars, clubs, comedy shows, that type of stuff. Live music venues per capita. Again, that means that do we have enough, for example, live music venues for the amount of people that we have available? And what's the variety of that live music? Okay, unfortunately, the Laredo is very basic, and we don't have. But there's a lot of people that would love to hear, different genres, not just Tejano or Conjunto or that stuff. I mean, there's people here from other places that would love to hear other stuff, and we don't have that here. Active life options per capita, parks, outdoor activities, that kind of stuff. Again, they're comparing it to other cities. Arts and entertainment per capita, movie theaters. How many movie theaters do we have in Laredo right now?
I think we're down to
Two.
down to 2?
Two,
Yeah,
right?
I think so.
The
We used to
building's
have
still
three.
up for that third
The
one.
Hollywood is
but-
still up, but we're not using it. So we have Cinemark at the mall,
And
and we
Alamo.
have Alamo. That's
Alamo,
it.
yeah.
That's it. And we don't have anything else. A city this size, and we don't have anything else. Festivals, galleries, theaters, museums. We don't have any of that. Very little, very limited.
But
Let
what,
me
TJ,
interject.
just to interact in that, it's just, well, so you're stating what we have right now, and if somebody has data like, hey guys, well, it's this because of this and this, come forward, share that with us, and let's work off of that. Like I said, nobody's putting blame on anybody. Whatever is done is done, but this is where we are, and we want to move forward. So if somebody has that data, like TJ said, because we only have 2 theaters, well, explain to us why we only have 2 theaters. What would be a catalyst to get this going again, and maybe turn Hollywood theaters into that, what we used to have the Dollar Theater. At
Right.
least that.
Yeah, at least
Can
one
generate
day.
some capital. I don't know. I'm not the owner of that building, but I don't know. I just think it'd be interesting to hear their data as well, versus just here's what we have. But until that happens, here's what we have.
And going back to the comment that TJ just said about the festivals and celebrations, we just had Selena a Selena contest about a lookalike. Honestly, there was not even 100 people that went. Not even 100 people that went. And it lasted maybe an hour. And honestly, Joe Ojeda was there. Joe Ojeda was there for that.
Wow.
And to me, it was a disappointment. It's a disappointment, very, very much a disappointment, because I know people love Selena. They do a lot for her about her music and all that stuff. But the turnout when it comes to us here in Laredo, we don't have much of a turnout. Why? I don't know. I don't get it.
I mean, those are the type of questions that we need to talk about and discuss, amongst whoever's listening out there, whether it's politicians, business owners, whatever. We need to come together and find solutions. Other things they look at, fast food restaurants. Actually, they're looking at less fast food restaurants and more that are not fast food. Organic stuff, mom and pop shops. So they in this variables that they're looking at, they want to see more local instead of fast food. Percentage of young residents. This is important. I thought this was interesting. People 18 to 34. We have, according to us being a part of top 10, that means that we have fewer 18 to 34-year-olds of the entire population in Laredo. And I'm going to tell you one thing. I agree with that. A lot of people, once they leave to go out of town for school, for higher learning, college, whatever, university, they don't come back. They will not come back. They're gone because they see the opportunity somewhere else. They see better pay. They see better opportunities. I hate to say this, but Laredo is still, who you know. Doesn't matter how good you are, it's still who you know. We need to get away from that. We need to get over that stuff. And another thing they look at is population density. The higher the better. They want to see a lot of people, but with a lot of these other things, entertainment, job opportunities, that kind of stuff. So I'm just going over the company's called Movoto, Movoto. You're welcome to look at. We're not making anything up. So number 1, the most boring city in the country, number 1. Check this out. Is Lubbock, Texas. Followed by North Las Vegas, Nevada. Chesapeake, Virginia. Irving, Texas. That's the second Texas city. Fort Wayne, Indiana. Plano, Texas is the third one. San Bernardino, California. Stockton, California. Mesa, Arizona. And number 10 is Laredo, Texas. So 4 cities out of Texas are the top 10 most boring cities. I thought that was interesting. I thought that was interesting. But anyway, so that's a conversation that hopefully other people can have in other circles.
And it'd be interesting also if somebody maybe from city or city hall or somebody's like, guys, this is what we normally do when we try to reach out to investors. This is the process. This is, I don't know, enlighten us. Tell us so we can share with the rest of Laredo what the process is, what it takes, so that not everybody says, no, it's because they never want to do anything for. That's not true. That's not true. I'm sure we tried doing something in the past and it just didn't work out. I didn't say it failed, but it just didn't work out because of whatever reason. So it'd be interesting to know if maybe the city maybe want to stop by and guys, when we reach an investor, we approach investors. This is what we do, and this is what we. I don't know. Maybe so we can enlighten the rest of the citizens about that.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. And again, anybody's welcome to come on. with their ideas, guys. Like Bojo said earlier, we're not here to point fingers. What's done is done. What we want to know is we want people to come in with their ideas so that we can get better. Pointing fingers and finding blame, that's easy. You know, we all have our conspiracy theories, and we can go back to the days of Pepe Martin and blame it on him and all that stuff that went back in those days. But who cares? What's done is done. How do we fix this? That's the question. How do we fix it? And that's one of the premises. The main premise of Big River Talks is to find solutions. The second one is to showcase people, celebrate people for what they're doing. You know, show them respect and attributes while they're alive, not when they're dead. You know, look at them in the eye and say, thank you for what you're doing for this community. Thank you for what you're doing for this world. If you make people smile, if you make people feel good, if you make people feel important, that's all that matters.
Yep.
So let's stay positive. It's hard though. Let me tell you, it's hard sometimes to stay positive. So enough said on that. Like I said, I thought it was interesting that actually Pro News put it up. You know, and they're just reporting what's going on. You know, they're not supposed to be biased in any way, but it is interesting that they found that study and put it out. So, all right. Next thing I want to talk about that's right on the top of the news stories everywhere right now is, you know, we had another mass shooting, school shooting, and this one in Florida State University. 2 people dead. Supposedly they're not students. There were people visiting or maybe civilians working. 6 other students down, and the shooter is down. So the shooter happens to be a 20-year-old son of a deputy sheriff from Florida, assigned as a school resource officer. This kid was part of the youth advisory committee for the sheriff's department. So he was trained a little bit and knew how to handle a gun and stuff. He went and got his mom's gun to do the shooting. So I feel sorry, you know, and it's tragic all around, right? But also the stress that he brought to her. You know, usually, I mean, it's hard as law enforcement to be putting your guns away every day, and you know, and you assume that a 20-year-old should know better than to touch a gun, but when you have somebody with mental issues around guns, I mean, things are going to go wrong. So, again, we had Dallas shooting earlier in the week. Right. Now we have Florida State. How do we stop this? I mean, this thing's going to continue as long as these people with mental issues have access to guns. Anything you guys want to try to come up with?
We had one of the viewers, I'm not going to say the names, but viewers are a little bit not upset, but he was just wondering where all the data was coming from all the stats that you just said. That's a good question on why
so
we're number
you
10.
can go to Movado, Movoto, Movado Real Estate, I believe. Go to their website and they'll tell you. I mean, it talks about it's actually, these are the 10 most boring cities in America.
And he says he thinks he got it from Peter Piper.
The what?
The information?
Yeah, okay. Whoever that is.
But you know, those kind of comments, to me, I welcome them.
Yeah, of course.
Because that means that somebody, this touched somebody. Somebody
Exactly.
got irritated by what they're putting out about our city, our Laredo, and they take pride in what they believe in, and that's good, and that's what we need. So Laredo, speak up. I mean, chat, send your messages, whatever you want to do. Don't stay quiet, because this is the kind of stuff that happens, and then nothing happens.
Yep.
So you have a free platform. Reach us. Tell us what you think, what you feel, what you want to do, how you would want to come in and propose this or propose that. We're open to that.
And the number for that one is 956-813-7737. Again, it comes out on the ticker at the bottom of the screen, and it's right there in black and white, 956-813-7737. Give us a call or text us.
Yeah, and again, for that viewer, I mean, you know, I mean, we need to be honest with ourselves, right?
Yep,
You're not going to
absolutely.
tell me that those stats are, maybe they're not all right, but not all of them are all wrong. And if you or anybody else really believes that they're all wrong and you want to defend Laredo 100% because whatever, that's your choice. But you're kidding yourself. But anyway, that's okay. I mean, you have every right to be
upset.
be moved by the stats. Like I said, those are not my stats. Those are the stats with that company that put it out. And for Pro News to put it out, again, that didn't come out of Peter Piper's. And first of all, if you're going to Peter Piper's, that's at this age, that's pretty good, right? But anyway, so all right, going back to the shootings. It's interesting because we haven't found a solution on how to stop this. And to be honest with you, even if you have a SWAT team on site on every school, these people that want to do this stuff are still going to find a way to get there and figure out a way how to kill at least one or two people. So again, the question is, can we stop this? I mean, is there a solution? I mean, I don't know.
Maybe not stop it, TJ, but I think we can reduce it. But it goes back to community. Like, we need to get involved. If we see the kid of so-and-so playing with a gun, or, he said this to my son, because it's just like open an ear and like question it. I'm not going to say make a whole big debacle, make a whole big thing about it. This kid's crazy. Or no. But take some interest into it. Invest in that, because that's the only way this is going to stop.
Yeah, because let me tell you, that's a good point, because I know for a fact the law enforcement agencies across the country, if they are tipped that somebody is saying stupid stuff, acting weird, whatever, they will react immediately. I know Laredo PD does that, DPS does that. They're really good at that because they're trying to prevent a tragedy. The problem is that a lot of people see something,
And they don't say
hear
anything.
something, but they won't say it.
Yeah.
Because, I don't want to be a snitch. I don't want to be.
I don't
known
wanna
as-
get involved.
Yeah, I don't want to get involved.
Well, guess what? You
But
are.
yeah, you are involved, because
Yeah.
if you knew something, and just think about what it's going to do for your conscience. If you knew that something was coming down and you didn't say anything, then shame on you.
And you got to live with that the rest of your life.
Yeah,
you
so-
could have saved the lives.
And
That's
this is
crazy.
nothing personal, guys. This is no attack on anybody. If you got somebody with mental issues that are talking stuff or taking action towards something, you need to say something. You need to say something. You need to tell somebody. If you're not, you don't want to call PD or whatever, call PD. Have somebody call PD. I mean, you gotta say something. You gotta say something. So I'm gonna talk about two more things, because we have a very interesting character that's just gonna come up in a little bit. So do me a favor and sit down. We'll get to you in a little bit. All right, we'll get to you in a little bit. All right. Another thing I want to talk about before we bring him on is the dire wolf. So the scientists were able to revive the species of the dire wolf through old I guess DNA. They were able to genetics, and now they're trying to revive the woolly mammoth.
Oh,
So
crazy,
again,
man.
where are we going with this? Where is this gonna stop? Where are we gonna next? Who are we gonna revive? Jimmy Hoffa when they find him. So
dragons.
So we got dragons. I mean, well, So keep an eye on that stuff. That I said the dire wolf is a species that died many years ago, and now they're thinking about messing with the woolly mammoth. So Jurassic Park was
we go.
here we go.
it wasn't just a movie.
Nope. So check this out. Keep an eye on that. And then one last thing I want to highlight is when it comes to ADD, ADHD, and issues like that. There's an organization called Child Mind that you may want to go on to, in case you have a family member or somebody suffering from that. They provide you guys with a lot of resources and a lot of support to help you develop and raise especially people with special needs. Unfortunately, we have a high percentage, and it's getting worse. So, but there is help out there, so take advantage of it. So again, childmind.org, another organization I wanted to showcase. So now, without further ado, we have a gentleman that's very interesting. He demanded to come on the show to talk to us.
Demanded?
He demanded.
He demanded.
He talked
Wow.
about attorneys and all kinds of shit. I'm like, settle down, dude. We don't have that kind of money.
I wasn't here for that, but wasn't he here previously?
No, he wasn't here.
No?
But anyway, so accordingly, he's got a big message to tell us. So,
Who's this guy?
Mr. Santana, can you please come to the mic and grace us with your presence, please? Well, you're the one that wanted to be here. What do you mean? What are you doing here?
No,
Say
I
that-
was under the false pretenses that you guys had something for me.
Uh,
I was on my way to the airport right now, but apparently one of you guys, I don't think he's here today. He called me up. I owed him a favor. He hooked it up in Vegas.
Oh, so you're talking about spinning Chris? Okay.
I thought that or Mr. Papa Giorgio. one of those
yeah.
two.
I owe him a favor, so I guess I'm here right now. Let me take a seat.
All right.
Please
so,
do, take a
So
seat.
thank you for paying up on the favor. But he did say something about that you want to talk about a special surprise for Laredo. So I don't know what that is.
Shock us. What surprise? What's the surprise?
First of all, hold on. First of all, tell us who you are and what
Yeah.
you do.
Yeah.
My name is Lucio Santana, and as you all may know already, they talked about me. What was it, 2 or 3 weeks ago?
Yeah.
They mentioned my name, and apparently I wasn't even aware of it. My lawyers are dealing with it, just like they dealt with you guys earlier today. So yeah, about 8-9 months ago, I made a promise. We were closing our doors at VSR, and I think it's time. I think it's time for us to come back. I
Okay.
don't have a name. It's already a done deal. I have some anonymous partners. They don't want to come out yet, but it's a done deal. We're coming back. We're coming back with a wrestling academy.
Oh, wow.
We want to start
very
training
nice.
all the new kids here. We want to start them off small. We want to mold them, and then we'll grow with them, and then we're gonna pretty much showcase them here in Laredo. And if we can shoot them out somewhere, we'll shoot them out.
Very interesting. Mr.
So
Santana.
so what do you do? I mean, how are you involved with the wrestling academy? Oh, with wrestling, period.
Well, as of now, what I'm gonna be doing is that I'm the man in charge. I'm gonna be the one controlling everything. No more middleman. No more anybody. No more hiding behind. No, I'm gonna be managing. I'm not gonna be managing any wrestlers anymore. I'm just gonna be at the head of the table. I'm gonna be making all the decisions, and yeah, we're gonna start off already.
Okay. And so before you were a promoter, or what do you do?
I was a manager. I was managing a couple of wrestlers. I managed Magnetico. Magnetico was the last wrestler that I managed. Before that, I was managing Colombiano. I was part of a little group. I was wrestling wrestling and managing for ROW, Renegades of Wrestling. Shout out to all my originals out there. So yeah. I'm trying to bring back all those original guys, have them wrestle for me. Pretty much, it's like I've always said, con dinero baila el perro y sin dinero te hago que bailes como el perro.
That's very interesting. That's deep, Mr. Santana. Very deep.
Of course.
Thanks for that sharing that philosophy with us.
Oh yeah.
Thank you.
Money is the key to it all.
Absolutely. Funny you should. It kind of ties in with the other topic we were talking about earlier.
Which one?
About Laredo being boring.
Oh yeah.
Money talk.
Yeah, money talks.
Money talks. And
There you
apparently
go.
Laredo does not like to. Laredo's not into investing, but our product, it's gonna be better.
There
We
you
are
go.
gonna be
Laredo
showcasing
proud.
these talents.
There
Yes,
you go.
we're also gonna be at this academy. We're not just gonna be focusing on professional wrestling. We're also gonna be doing a little bit of Mexican lucha, and we're also gonna be doing some Greco-Roman wrestling as well on there.
Okay,
Sweet.
so explain the difference between wrestling and lucha. What's the what do you, in your opinion? What's the main difference between those? Because there is a difference.
The biggest difference is that the American wrestling, it's a little more power to it. You have these guys, bigger guys, doing power moves. They're bringing up, they're carrying all the other guys. They're pretty much tossing each other
It's
around.
a power bomb, right?
Power bomb, yes,
Yeah, I
suplex.
know my wrestling.
Yeah, there you go. Would you like to get in the ring?
I think
Go for it. Go
my
for
body
it,
will
Bojo.
invoice me in a heartbeat if I do that.
Well, and then the difference, and then on the Mexican side, you have all the acrobatics. They're running around. They're jumping up and down.
all the Circus Soleil stuff.
Pretty much.
It's nice.
Yeah.
I've seen it.
Yeah.
I've been to some of the events, man.
There
It's
you go.
something else. It is totally something else.
Yes.
man. Kudos
So-
to those guys. Seriously.
Yes, kudos to those guys. I know. Even at my 150, I don't think I can be doing all those moves. I don't think I'm considered a classic model already. So if I break a bone, there's no more parts for me.
Yeah, and the insurance will just skyrocket.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
No,
gotcha.
no. But I mean, when you have money, you don't really need the insurance.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. What am I saying? I forgot who I had in front of me.
Exactly.
My apologies, Mr. Santana.
No.
I think you're full of shit.
Continue with the compliments. That's fine.
I think
But you know what? But it's interesting. So this Greco, has there ever been another institute or school or academy in Laredo that's taught that? Because I know in the past, me growing up, I'm a big lucha guy too, and I know the big dudes from Mexico, and without throwing on names, the Mil Máscaras, the Blue Demons, Generational El Santo, father and son.
Yes.
So I grew up with that.
Okay.
I trained 2 summers also, which is something I'm going to say, but in my early years, because I did want, I was like, you know what, I love wrestling so much that I want to be a wrestler.
Did you have a wrestling name?
I did.
What was it?
I have it in mind, but I don't want to throw, because I have the gear also built.
There you go. Hey, we're ready
But
to go.
this was during the summer. I would spend some time with my people. This was in Laredo.
Okay.
So I had some guys that would stop by with a good friend, Santo Ramos, El Guerrero Azteca, and Sangre Chicana, and Polo Estrada, and all those guys. But coming home to my mom after summer with my back bruised from, people think they call them the ropes. They're not ropes. They're cables.
They are not soft
They're
at all.
cables.
It's a wire wrapped around it, maybe a garden hose, and then a bunch
And
of
duct tape.
and duct tape.
Yeah.
Wrapped and wrapped.
But anyway, so going back to what I was saying, and that'd be a whole different interview. I'd be on that side. No, but
We can always recite.
has there ever been somebody else wanting to or trying to teach I mean, I think it's a step up, right? You have to learn some Greco, and then you do the professional, and
Yes.
and then the entertainment side to the house also, because it's not just a physical conditioning kind of thing, or a subject matter expert at doing all these holds and all this kind of super flying through the ring, but because there's like nowadays it's like entertainment also that's part of it. Like the character needs to be fully developed.
Yes.
He can be the strongest and the fastest and the lightest and the best, but if he doesn't have this talking to the mic, and if they're like Ricky Bobby, where like, what do I do with my hands? So yeah,
At the end of the day, that's that, and we've had that a lot, and that's where my character comes in. Or that's where I come in, and I'm the one managing the wrestler. I'm the one doing all the mic skills while they develop. But now it's my academy. Now what do I get to do? I get to train the kids how to talk on the mic, how not to be scared, how to tell people off,
the
how to
one-stop
go
shop. One-stop shop.
One-stop shop.
From the beginnings, from wrestling, this is the mat, this is how it hurts, this is what you got to do, to now you're doing live events. That's great.
Exactly.
That's great.
Exactly.
Wow,
So if we can showcase that. That's where we're headed.
Great.
We wanna be able to teach these kids.
course.
We wanna get them out of the streets more than anything
we go.
as well.
Yeah.
I mean,
Big,
the
big.
humanitarian in Lucio Santana does exist. Might be a little bit.
Yeah, but don't let it out, because then you're gonna get
Well,
bad rap. You know what I'm saying?
especially when it's with kids. With the adults,
yeah.
no, there's no sympathy from me. I'll
Get
get
him
the
in there,
biggest
tell
guy
you.
just to clobber you down. That's the Lucio way. Lucio's gonna throw some money at somewhere. Speaking of, you know what? I should have brought my backpack. I should have just bought the program right now. I should have just
again-
told you guys, hey, you know
again,
what? You guys work for me now.
Again, I just said
and
you're full of
maybe
shit.
that would have gotten some
You're
more
so
ratings for
full
you
of
guys.
shit.
We can't hear you, TJ. What was it?
What?
You know?
We couldn't hear you. What would you say?
I think it's full of shit.
Oh,
But the academy, no, I trust that.
About
I'm
what?
just
About-
saying,
wait,
about
wait,
all this
about-
money, whatever. I can see your $5 fucking glasses, so come on.
$5.
wow, you're
These
calling them
glasses
out?
probably cost way more than what you guys would make in a year, all put together.
Oh wow, man.
So-
that's a call out right there.
I think it's a call out. That's
It's
all
a
right.
challenge.
We'll
Hey,
talk
why don't you
later.
hit Eye of the Tiger in there? Let's get this thing. Let's get this thing going, man. There's a lot of chairs that can fly.
chinga, sí, ¿verdad?
There's a lot of stuff. left there.
There's a lot of tables, chairs. I mean,
I don't wanna embarrass you right now.
All that hard.
Oh, that
I think
hard?
we can put somebody through it.
Put somebody
I
through it.
think I
right?
have my wrestling
like I said,
mask in the
I
truck.
wouldn't be doing it
volunteer
myself.
Fred. I volunteer Fred.
But I wouldn't be doing
Yeah,
it
Fred's our guy.
myself.
Oh, you're gonna bring?
Of course. I don't dirty up my hands. No,
That's not the
no.
Santana way. That's not the Lucio.
Exactly. The Lucio Santana way is I'm gonna pay someone else to beat the crap out of somebody else.
There you go.
I'll
There
go
you
pick the fight and then I'll have someone fight for me.
You'll just you'll just do this.
Pretty much.
And then
Like
make the
that,
money-
maybe
make the money
get
off
in
of it.
1 or 2, 3.
While they're
one
down.
in,
Step
1, 2,
back,
and then
step
just
back,
jump up.
step
Yeah.
back, yeah.
Of course.
While they're down,
Eh?
right?
Smart man.
I just think you're full of shit. But okay. So, but anyway.
You keep saying that.
No, I
on
know.
the
I'm
mic.
not
know,
saying
right?
it.
Like,
It's
damn.
recorded.
Yeah, don't check it.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. You see, the funny thing is that he's way back there from that microphone. And it's between when you guys start talking and that's when he throws it in. You see,
That's not true. It's full of shit.
you see what I mean?
He's,
Interrupting and then he
that's
throws
not
it
true.
in. Yeah,
That's not-
murmurs,
look,
murmurs.
We'll take in a commercial
full of
break right
shit.
now.
Check his microphone, soft man, because I keep hearing something.
Something that
trying to
says
quit.
foolish shit.
I'm trying to quit. The last thing, I mean, Chris told me that you guys were gonna have some type of stogies or something like that, and Lucio loves a good
That's
stogie.
on the next block of the show. No.
Well, I mean, the least you guys
you were
could have done is
finessed.
gotten some good liquor
And,
and
honestly, I
and a good
think you were
cigar.
finesse, Mr. Santana, in coming here tonight. But we thank you that you are here. We're learning about this great new academy. Are you calling it an academy, or
It's
are you
gonna
calling
be
it
an
a
academy.
lucha house, or what are we calling
It's gonna
it?
be an academy, and it's gonna be all combined. But our main focus is gonna be training the kids.
Right.
Then we're also going to be hosting events. We're also going to be doing that later on. But first and foremost, we got to prepare these kids.
Right.
We can't just, hey, you know what? You got 2-3 days of worth of training. Hey, get up there and start fighting.
Or doing it at home.
Or doing it. Well, we kind of urge that. We kind of urge do it at home, but come to us. We'll train you, and then you can go do it at home.
But don't show up in your tantarans.
No,
You
please,
don't want that.
please. No.
If you don't know what tantarans are,
Look it up. Yeah, George Lopez.
yeah.
Full of shit.
Exactly.
So what? Okay, so the fact. Okay, on a serious note, I love the fact that you're gonna provide the kids with
Bullshit.
This
discipline.
is what I'm talking about, TJ.
What's that?
Somebody coming out here and, you know what, Laredo, they say this and this, but here's what I'm trying to shed some light onto the subject.
Yep.
I'm giving them a course of action and an opportunity, something to do, in their pastime instead of just being there and, get buried in the different electronical apparatuses that are out there without naming anything with the Apple. With
And
the
this
bike.
new generation of wrestlers out there, hey, they're all into the gaming, and there's
They
no
are.
problem with
Oh,
that.
yeah.
But hey, get your workout, get something moving, get your body moving. That way we
And I
do
think,
something.
it'd be a perfect time to piggyback on the wrestling world right now where it's
Yes.
at. With the bigger, without naming any brands, the bigger brands out there, the big box ones, they're really ramping up and doing because they're taking it back to what I grew up with, which I think is cool.
Yeah.
It's not going to be the Attitude Era,
No.
but it's very close. And now that I feel like they're actually the persons leading those companies are now actually listening to the fans.
Yes.
Like they want to see this and this. They see this and this.
But-
Do we have Penta Cero Miedo, one of the more popular Mexican wrestlers?
Yes,
He's in one of those.
and his brothers are with them.
And now his brother came along.
We've got El Hijo del Vikingo.
Those guys.
That guy is he's a
Those
maniac.
guys, Penta and Phoenix, if I'm not mistaken, they used to sell masks outside the Arena Mexico or one of the wrestlers.
They used to
wrestling
go
arenas.
wrestle, go outside, sell their
sell their
masks.
masks. Wow.
Sometimes even sleep on each other's
Yeah.
backs while they're waiting for
Man,
the bus to go back
seriously,
home.
kudos to those
and
guys.
work.
That's hard work right
They
there.
are
It is.
making the dream. They are perfect role models. And
Yes.
for something like what you want to start out, I think kudos, really. Those dudes have
No,
really
on a
done
serious note,
they've done the journey.
And our look, here's the
Bullshit.
truth. Our people, our community, Hispanics, Mexicans, we're very hard workers. And when we want something, we go after it. The next guest, and they're already here, Ricky and his group, the Scorpiones, they've been around for a very long time. We're going to talk to them, talk about hard work. So and that's what we want again. We want to showcase people while they're here, while they're doing their thing.
Their skills.
Yeah, their skills. And what you're going to bring to the table to Laredo soon, hopefully the people will appreciate that it's here, especially the Greco-Roman stuff that's never been done in Laredo as far as I know officially. If I'm wrong, somebody let me know if there's been an academy like that. I
If there
doubt it.
has, and it's not functioning anymore, give us a call. Give me a call. If you can't reach me, because
Yeah,
I
let's
never
use-
answer my calls or I never answer my messages, you can call these guys. And these guys, I
Well,
mean,
we'll help
through
you out with
Chris.
that.
It'll be through Chris, because I don't think I want to be conducting business with them. But through Chris,
This
he's
guy,
the one who.
man.
Hey,
This guy, I'm serious,
he,
bro.
he's the one that hooks it.
Full of shit.
I got one guy wearing a cap that says "Fix it" or "Repair daily."
This guy.
I got one that's probably as old as dinosaurs, and then one wearing a shirt like Lucio, but maybe half
of shit.
I'm cool.
Yeah.
No, you see?
You know what? Next time, do me a favor. Do me a favor. Next time we go to La Pulga to get your shirt, give me one, please. Um, but
Ask him. He's the one that's getting at the pulga.
Hey, my little boy called and he wants his shirt back.
Hey, you know what?
Oh man.
you know, Al Pacino called.
Yeah.
He says he wants his look back.
Oh,
For the
Al
shit.
Pacino.
Al
the
Pacino.
shit.
Really? You want to go with Al Pacino?
Yes, you called me old, you bastard.
Well, I mean, I'm sorry that I'm
The
young
correct
and you're
word-
old. I
the
can't really
correct
help
word
going with
is
that.
not old, it's vintage.
That's right.
the correct.
Well,
or classic.
You know, well,
I mean, you can't get any. I mean, vintage is as old as I know. I don't know what goes there, but I think it's TJ.
you know what? You know what?
We're
it
gonna
is?
start calling anything that's older than vintage. It's gonna be a TJ.
Oh, he's just gonna start hashtag.
yeah.
It's a TJ.
Yeah,
It's a
there you
TJ.
go.
Yeah, you know what? My
It's
shirt.
okay.
Yeah, my shirt.
Yeah,
my shirt's a
it's a little,
TJ.
it's a little dated. It's
It's
TJ
okay.
out.
And like I
It's
said,
TJ'd
yeah,
out.
this T-shirt might have only been like $5,000.
$5,000?
Yeah, it was only $5,000. But
Dollars
the
or
thing is,
pesos?
this is
That's
what I
modest.
wear.
That's so modest of you.
Yeah,
5,000 pesos in La Pulga.
$5,000 because
¿Cuánto por la
this is
camisa,
what I
hijo?
wear whenever I'm gonna travel. I like to
that's,
travel nice and
You know what?
comfortable.
It's that brand. It's very popular. It's called Delmon.
Del Monte?
Del Monton. It's a Delmon shirt.
Wow. You know
Says so
what?
the hippie wearing the fix it or repair
I'm
daily
not-
cap.
Hey, you know what? Correct yourself, Mr. Santana. I'm
Hippie
not a
hillbilly
I'm
because
not a
of
hippie. Tell
the
him what I-
western
tell him
shirt
what I
that
am,
he's wearing
TJ.
too.
Unhoused, remember?
unhoused.
I am not a hippie. I am
right.
unhoused. I'm
That's
not
right. You
homeless.
cannot call
I'm
them
unhoused. Correct
Homeless.
yourself.
They're unhoused.
I didn't say homeless.
You
He-
referred
that-
to
no,
it.
no.
You said hippie.
I said hippie.
hippie.
That's lower than homeless. The homeless are on
TJ,
another
the chairs are
level. I
wrong.
mean, he's lower than the
We're about
homeless.
to start throwing some
It's
fucking
on.
chairs.
Oh, the chairs. Hey, I'm all for it. Let's do it.
Well, let's try to refrain ourselves.
Yeah, let's pull it back. Let's pull it back.
All right, I'll be professional.
We have an audience,
Okay,
we have
say,
an audience
wait,
here.
let me.
We have a live. Relax. We have a live audience here. We need
Oh,
to,
Yes, we
Yeah,
do.
we got
I don't wanna
Ricky
hurt these
here.
guys.
Yeah,
We don't want
yeah.
Ricky to throw his fucking bass at your fucking.
No, that piñata's
Back of your
looking
head.
very, very tempting to crash
Leave my
over someone's
piñata
head.
alone. You know, speaking of, that was fucking $30, dude. This is $30. Since when the hell?
what does it do? Does it
I don't know.
dance?
I guess it's like.
I thought it was
Does it
one of
have,
our- is
does
it-
it have booze inside?
I don't know what it
Is it one of our guests?
30. I went over there to try to prop it up for the camera. He's like, he goes 30 with the stick. I'm like, okay, without the stick, $29.99, fucker. I'm like, holy shit,
And without the stick,
$30.
30.
And here's the
30.
typical Laredo.
Well, you have to buy it.
Thinking. Yeah,
What-
but you're still complaining about the price.
I'm not complaining. I'm just freaking out. Thank God I have
It's
the
the
means.
tariffs.
I don't have
It's the
$5,000
reciprocal tariffs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We
Fucking
learned a new,
tariffs.
as Mexicans, we learned a new word.
Las
Reciprocal.
tarifas. Las tarifas, hijo. Está todo bien caro.
Reciprocal.
and groceries. Apparently, it's a new word too. Groceries.
Groceries.
Yeah, eggs. $15 a dozen. What the hell?
Regardless. That's
Yeah.
another one.
Regardless.
Oh boy.
As long as it's not regardless, it's not across your neck. Now, you look like someone that would probably get that tattoo.
Fucking-
Exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
there
has
you
a lot
go.
of balls walking in here a whole 105
I
wet
was going to say.
by himself. He has a lot of
He's
balls.
lucky I don't hit kids.
You know, we don't hit men with kids' bodies. That's the only reason.
That's
We're
because
not
you
gonna
don't
hurt
want
him.
to. That's because y'all are scared. But this kid size, this fun size, as I've
Oh,
been
he called
called
it-
before,
you know what?
I've been
Fun
called
size.
fun
Fun
size.
size.
This fun size has the means to get someone here in about 15, 20 minutes.
Oh, here we go. Yeah.
And they'll come in and
Let's see
they'll
who's
cause a
got the bigger
commotion in
friends.
here.
Let's see who has the bigger friends.
Yeah.
Oh, of
Oh,
course.
you know what? You want to
Money buys.
a big friend? We got Chris. He's a big friend.
Yeah.
So we'll get his ass in there. So
Hey, look, if it's the only bigger guy that I know bigger than my guy is probably Bloque. And there's probably a price on his head that I think I can afford. There's nobody that's not willing
Aye,
to sell
man.
themselves to the devil
talking
here.
a lot of shit here.
$29.99.
Man, am I lucky I'm wearing boots today, bro? all this
I can
BS
take them off
around
if
here.
you want. I mean,
All
the
this
boots
BS,
give me
you
about
know,
a 2 inch.
Jesus
But look, it's pretty easy. You're wearing boots. He's wearing heels. That's pretty good.
I have to look taller.
Honestly, boss,
Red heels.
how do you move around on those heels, man?
Red
We saw you walking in and we were
Nice
like,
calves.
what
Calves.
the? It's all calves.
It's all the calves and the ankles. You can't go wrong with that.
All right, Cristiano, again, look, thank you for your time, and thank you for that awesome message. We look forward to when it's put together so that we can actually promote it and get you some students. Look, it's all character, and we appreciate what you do. Nobody knows who you really are, but those of us that know you and know who you are when you become Luciano, that's awesome. We really appreciate it.
Yeah.
Let me correct you. It's Lucio. You keep calling
I'm
me
saying
Luciano.
Luciano.
Yeah, you see, we
I
go
think
back
it's
to
Pavarotti.
it's not even a it's not
say
even
Luciano,
vintage
It's not
yet.
even Lucio,
You know,
it's
when you say
Luciano.
Luciano, I think
Lucio
it's
Santana.
Serenata
It's
Nocturna.
Luciano
I think
Pavarotti
I'm thinking of
Santana.
another Luciano.
Pavarotti. I don't have that
Serenata
baritone voice.
Nocturna.
No, too nice.
Luciano Duarte.
It's full of shit. Okay, Lucio.
Thank you.
Lucio.
Lucio in the sky.
Lucio in the sky with diamonds. That
Hey,
was a better song.
shout out to Martin out of Dubai. We got a viewer from Dubai.
Oh shit, Martin! Wow, from Dubai.
From Dubai, and
That
Danny.
is awesome. Thank
Also,
you.
Thanks a lot, guys.
Yeah,
Appreciate
that's
it.
not
Guys,
good.
we're-
It's probably because
You're
Mr.
welcome.
Santana's
Yeah,
here.
it-
Yeah,
it's
that's
bringing
what
a lot
it
of
is.
people with money.
That's what it is.
You see, I'm
That's
telling
what
you
it
guys.
is.
You know, next time that you guys want to invite, next time that you guys invite me onto the show, I'll bring in that wad of money and I'll just take over. I'll just tell
We
you guys
invite you
what to
to.
do,
We
and
need it.
I'll
We
be.
need to get more
You know what?
equipment.
I'll take one of your all seats, and then we'll just go.
He's full of
And we'll
shit.
just go. I might be full of shit, but you know what? My shit
He's also
does get
full of
along.
money, right?
Yeah, exactly. My shit's funny.
That's what she
It's
said.
expensive.
That's what she said. Your
Ex-
shit's funny.
Yeah, my shit's
But-
expensive.
but, okay, so again, yeah, you brought in Dubai. I will give you that. I will give you that.
And also,
That's pretty good.
saludos to Danny.
Danny, yes.
Checking in. Thanks for checking in, Danny.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
And
again,
all the
guys, a
viewers
lot
as
of-
well.
More people are starting to get involved, and I don't know. It's because
He probably
Lucio,
paid him.
aka
He
Luciano,
probably
Y'all didn't
paid
have
him.
y'all didn't have this ratings last time, so maybe I should become one of your regulars on here.
He probably paid him.
Yeah.
Right?
I
That's why
think
they're
I
all
think he
chiming
paid
in.
people.
I think he did.
How and the means that you guys get the ratings, you leave up that to Lucio. You see that's where money
Oilo,
talks.
as they say,
Oilo.
oilo.
Money talks,
Full of
guys.
shit.
Apparently
Again,
it does
Southman,
because we
check-
got the
check
guy from
TJ's mic.
Dubai.
Yeah, no,
Props.
actually, I was that's impressive.
Very impressive.
From Dubai, wow. So anyway, again, all kids aside, jokes aside, I really appreciate it. Thank you for your time. Stick around, please, as much as you can. We want to get a picture with you
Sure.
and sign the wall of.
Also,
Wall of Shame?
TJ, also if somebody has comments for Lucio, for Mr. Santana, if they want more information about the academy, maybe you can give your number. They can reach
I
you.
got no.
and-
He'll call.
They,
He'll contact
yeah,
us.
Okay.
do everything through them.
Oh, Mr. Oh, here, Mr.
No.
I can't be bothered.
Oh,
just
hell
can't
no!
be
You know
bothered.
how much my time costs?
No,
Man.
no. Why don't you amaze
I mean,
us? Tell us.
apparently,
That
I'm wearing,
and 10 cents
wearing
will
a
get you a cup of
$5,000
coffee.
shirt to travel in. Come on, guys.
That shirt and $350 will get you
Yep.
across into Mexico.
Full of shit. I think he's
I'll
full of
probably
shit.
look. I blend in. You see, I'll blend in Nuevo Laredo. They'll pick you guys up left and right, and they'll take you guys, and I'll just keep walking. I'm gonna keep
know,
walking.
looking
And
for
it's
my
like,
brother
nah.
Manolo. I talked to him and I'm listening to it. I just keep hearing war in the background. Lowrider. I don't know why but just the instrument sound
actually-
like no singing like
That's actually my entrance theme.
Which one?
Lowrider.
Lowrider, really?
Lowrider? Uh-huh.
I thought it was a training men.
That would be yours.
But bullshit.
Hey, shout outs
shit.
going out to all the people in Detroit, Michigan. Thank you so much for
What?
watching.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh wow. Again.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Whether I paid them or not, now you have more viewers.
We're getting
It had to be. It had to be Ford. Ford's paying. See,
Somebody's paying.
there you go.
I mean, they need their money, yeah, because they gotta fix it or repair daily.
You know what? You leave my trucks alone, all right? I'm not
Just
talking
calling it
bad.
as it is.
Roselia Campos from
Yeah.
Detroit, Michigan. Awesome. Thank you for showing up. We really appreciate it. So anything else you want to say before you give the mic to Ricky and some real talent? I'm just
Why do you say real talent?
Real talent.
So,
Yeah,
but he's right. He's
I-
still,
I don't
But
understand.
he's still right here.
it's talent, but not real talent. It's just
No, I'm the real talent, right? I think that's what I'm understanding. I don't know
think that's
about
what
you
I meant to
guys.
say. Full of shit.
Again,
Yes.
Southman is his microphone, please. So
Yeah,
next,
yeah.
next break,
Cut it.
can you check TJ's microphone? I keep
And
hearing something
you see,
else.
it's between teeth.
No, it's not. I don't know what's going on. Full of shit.
He throws it out there, and it's not really. But with all seriousness, the whole wrestling community out there, I have something to tell you guys. Is I told you so. When I come back, I'm coming back stronger than ever.
Hey, Lucio, let me ask you this. Is this for Laredo, or are we also inviting your sister city to...
Sister City, anybody that wants to come and train with us?
Excellent,
they're
there you
more
go. Ya escucharon Nuevo Laredo, una nueva academia de lucha libre, grecorromana, profesional. Se va a equipar a los muchachos, se les va a entrenar desde el principio para cómo desarrollar su personaje, su físico y su talento y dentro de la lucha libre. aquí está la invitación, aquí está el señor Lucio Santana en personaje. Y pues bienvenida a las llamadas. Y aquí se va a quedar con nosotros un ratito más, por si quieren llamar y hacerle unas preguntas, un comentario, hacerle burla a la ropita que trae.
A TJ le van a hacer burla. A mí no. Entiendo también español, cabrón.
Full of shit.
For the shit.
Está lleno de mierda, para que me entiendan.
Yo lo que,
Lo dice el viejito.
I'm just tired. I'm afraid that somebody's gonna ask for that shirt.
Viejito, te arrastro por toda la calle, para enseñarte. Pero no, I'm not going to do it because we need the rest of the kids.
TJ,
Exactamente.
you left your mic on.
Oh, sorry.
You can't offend our guests. You can't threaten our guests.
I
Come
know,
on.
I'm sorry.
Keep it down.
But
Throw
you
it
guys gotta
back,
remember,
roll it
I'm no
back.
longer part of your guest. I'm buying the show. I'm not joking when I say that I'm gonna buy
You
the
know,
show.
until it becomes a Lucio Santana production, then
Oh,
you gotta play by-
don't
you
threaten
gotta-
me
you
with a
gotta-
good time.
You gotta play by the house rules, all right?
Sooner. Soon.
And
Soon.
you gotta follow all commands from the tower, from the beach house. So here we go. Until then,
So Danny from Dubai has got a question. So hold on. Give him the number again, please.
Yeah. Hey, Danny, it's 956-813-7737. 956-813-7737. Give us a call.
what smells, TJ?
I don't know. It smells like shit.
It's a funny, funky smell all the
It
time.
smells like Bengay.
Actually,
It does smell like Bengay. Somebody probably rubbed it on their knee.
Saludos desde 210, pero 956 born saludos a Sucio Santana.
Whoa!
Oh,
Eso duele.
oh, wait,
that
no.
hurts.
It doesn't. I
Sucio.
take pride in the Sucio. Lucio,
Sucio.
Sucio
Well,
Santana.
Yeah, but they spelled it with the Z. No, I'm just playing.
Sucio,
Sucio.
como le quieran decir, pero
Sucio.
that's
Remember?
Susubia. You see, you don't even know your own songs.
Hello, who's this?
Hello, this is Danny.
Hey,
Hey,
Danny.
Danny,
Nice.
welcome. Our first caller ever. Thank you again. Go ahead, Danny.
You're welcome. I have a question for Lucio, actually.
Go ahead.
Shoot.
All right, hey Lucio. So, anyways, I wanted to know what's the fee for entering the academy for wrestling, and what days would you be training?
It's gonna be Monday through Friday, and the times it'll start around 6 in the afternoon till about 9, and it's gonna be by ages. We'll probably start off with the younger kids at 6, and then we'll leave it for about an hour maybe for the adults, and it's gonna be the same thing throughout the whole week. On the prices, we're still trying to vary that, but the prices are going to be out there as soon as we have everything in concrete and we already have the exact location. We have the location, but it's not concrete yet until we have everything signed and all that's good to go.
All right, man. I appreciate that information. I have one more question, though. Well, actually, one more comment. It's because I tried another companies. Like, I'm not going to mention specifically, but there's this new company around, and it's all about supposedly all about hardcore wrestling, and it's just like a big no-no. So I was trying to see, like, you know, what you had to offer, and it seems pretty solid, just by by the way you're expressing yourself about the company.
I've heard about that other company, and I'm gonna be honest. Those guys are backyard wrestlers. Props to them. If they want to, if that's the way that they want to go, they're just gonna end up hurting themselves if they don't have the proper training. We are gonna be offering the proper training. If it's something that you like doing, yes, we'll show you exactly how to do it to where you don't hurt yourself and you don't hurt your counterpart as well. The name of the wrestling game is you take care of me, I take care of you, and we'll put on a good show for the crowd.
Of course.
All right, thank you, Lucy. I appreciate your information, man. I'll be looking into it.
Alrighty, Danny. Hope to see you soon.
Hey, Danny, thank you, man, from Big River Talks. Thank you. You are the very first caller in this after week 5.
I wonder if
So
he has
thank
a-
you.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you so much.
I appreciate it. I
right?
appreciate you having me on.
I wonder
Awesome.
if he has
Thank
a
you, Danny.
character name.
All right, y'all have a good day.
All right,
Bye-bye.
take care. So, like I said, guys, all jokes aside, I'm very excited about this academy, and Laredo needs something like this. So, those of you, especially parents that have kids that are very energetic or kids that are a little shy, it's all about discipline. It's all about teaching kids how to be responsible, how to dedicate themselves to something and become successful. It's about teaching people not to quit. you get started. You know, again, our next guest coming up. You know, we'll find out how long they've been playing. But you know, if you listen to that music, and I will say, you know, the Scorpiones are tight. That music is tight. You okay, Albert? You all right? Okay.
You got excited.
We got people in,
He got a
in
little
the studio. He
starstruck,
gets all
but-
excited. I said Ricky Rios. He's like, "Oh, my phone!
He got all
Oh, I
starstruck.
dropped my phone." It's not like
It
the-
was me. It's
not
my
like the
presence
soap.
that made him nervous.
Well, you know, he's in the military, so it could be the soap. I don't know.
Uh-huh.
But anyway, so again, talk about discipline. Talk about showing people you don't quit. You don't
Nope.
quit.
Yeah.
Once you get started, and you become the best at your craft that you can. So
Especially during a live crowd, and if you start that wrestling match, finish it and don't look weak.
yeah, that's awesome. Yeah. No, you know what? A lot of people talk shit that it's fake, whatever. It is what it is. But the chingazos, the acrobatics, the
Yeah.
physicality, all that stuff's not fake.
Nope.
There's only one word that I can describe wrestling as:
Full of shit.
magic.
It's magic.
It's magic.
Do you
Honestly,
believe in
I mean, I know
magic?
some of the wrestlers, but even when they put on their mask, and I'm like, I forget it's so and so. It's like, dude, that was pretty good. Very good performance.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it. I mean, they literally put their bodies to they risk it all.
Every time,
every show,
every single show is a risk.
Yeah.
Every single show, and it's like every performance with any group. You know, those of us are in music. Every time you perform, it's a risk. You know, if you're out of tune, if you out of whatever, people and the curse, just like the characters and the wrestlers, the curse about musicians and Ricky right now. I'll talk about this. We're cursed in the sense that if we go see a group play, and you're judging and you're picking up the bullshit, you're like, they can't play, they can't sing, whatever, and it distracts you. You can't even enjoy the show anymore. Unless they're that good, you're like, holy shit, it's good, right? Same thing here. When you got people that don't know how to perform, don't know how to wrestle, don't know how to jack up the crowd, you pick it up and you lose interest. So it's hard,
Yes.
not only to wrestle, not only to be part of it, but also to keep the people interested, because the people are not easily fooled.
Nope.
They're not fooled. They know what's going on.
You know what I
It's
would
all
like
psychology.
to see? Yeah, it is. But
gotta
you
know how to
know
play the
what I would
crowd.
like to see with this, along with everything else that you already talked about and you're going to build and develop, I would love to see some of the older generation wrestlers come forward.
That's,
that'll
that-
be-
I
that's
would
something.
really, because my admiration to those gentlemen, because I grew up watching it in person, even the local ones especially.
And that's
Like,
one of the things I want to have at least one of those
they
nights
think-
to where I have them come and talk to the younger crowds, not get in
if-
the ring or anything like
No,
that.
no,
Just
just
come and
if
talk to
they
them
think-
and mentor them.
If they feel like, no, yeah, my time's passed, ya no puedo, I'm not asking you to get in the ring. I mean, I wish you could, but if just being there, mentoring these kids and showing them, some of your stuff from the past, this is what I did, this was my belt, this was my mask, that's where the magic is. Of course. It's, you're passing on the traditions and you're doing it the right way.
Yes.
You're not doing this freelance stuff that, this is what I think wrestling is. No, there's what wrestling already is.
Yes.
Especially the lucha. There, like you all said, there is a huge difference. And, the gap is closing in, but there's still a gap. And we have some of the local, I mean, this is a call out to all the older guys, the old guard. If you guys want to lace up your boots one last time, at least to show up to Mr. Santana's academy, I mean, I challenge you.
I welcome you guys.
I would love to
You know what?
see some old
Welcome
wrestling royals.
sounds too nice. That's not Lucio, no. I'm challenging you guys.
Yeah.
Los estoy a todos, si están ahorita viendo, si hay
Retándolos.
raza o conocen a los luchadores, los estoy retando a que vayan a la
Es más,
academia.
dale un raquetazo para que vea lo que viene.
Full of shit.
Si quieren y si se quieren involucrar y lo que dicen, ¿sabes qué? El chaparrito ese me cayó gordo y le quiero dar un raquetazo, con todo gusto recibo el
No, pero
raquetazo con
nomás
tal de
lo
tener la
compras,
sabiduría
Lo
de
malo
todos
compras
ellos.
y ya no te hace nada.
No, pues bueno, también, pero para mí es un honor también poder recibir algo a cambio de ellos. ¿Sabes qué? Un raquetazo. At the end of the day, whenever you have the experience, and I'm pretty sure with music as well, you have someone that has the experience, and you're starting off or you've been doing it for a while, but once you have that person on stage with you,
Oh, yeah.
and you do something, we go back. It's magic.
It is.
So if I can do that, and if I can bring all these old, these TJ talents, right? I'm willing to do it. so that they
Right
can
in front
come.
of you,
I
brother.
swear to God.
Es más, hasta yo pago para que le den el raquetazo a TJ.
Te voy a mirar, güey. Eso es
No,
lo que va a pasar.
don't challenge me with a good time.
El Golden Shower Boy.
Oh, we ventured off way off on that one. Sorry, guys.
Sorry about that. All right. Thank you so much for coming in, man.
You're
Please
welcome.
stick
Thanks.
around a little bit. Like I said, we want to get a picture with you and put you on the wall of attendees.
The Hall of
and
Shame.
we look forward to next time you come over so you can tell us how it's going and
Yeah,
you know,
keep
the
us
students.
updated with the movement.
And you can come in whenever you want, man. Whenever you
Thank
want.
you. I
As
appreciate
long
it.
as
you
you
were
pay
awesome.
dinner, like
I mean, it is going to be my show, so I think I can come. I think I'm going to be able to.
this
to come here.
guy, man. I'm
Sí,
serious.
Soy necio, soy terco.
Eres bien necio, pero okay. All right.
All right. Thanks a lot,
All right.
man.
In the
Appreciate
transition,
it.
guys, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank
So
you.
In the transition, guys, let me talk to you about some of the sponsors before we bring in Ricky and his group. So we got Mariachi Mezcal de Texas. Again, there's a lot of mariachis out there, but we consider ourselves the number two mariachi. So if you guys need a mariachi for a special event, especially Mother's Day coming up, give us a call. Silverio Martinez, attorney at law. You need an attorney? He's your guy. He's one of the most progressive attorneys in Laredo. So, again, security work, you need prior investigations of security work. Warrior Way Protection Services are available for you in case you need something. Western Wicks Pizza, Eric, I know you're watching. You freaking liar. We've been waiting for more pizzas. Anything at this point, we'll take the crumbs. But I'm going to take a pizza every time you say my name, whatever. Liar. But anyway, it is the best pizza in town. That's why we're still talking about them. Mariachi Mix Outfitters and more, offering all kinds of Mexican artifacts and anything that you need. We're also going to be offering other things. We'll talk to you about that later. Weird Spirits Bar and Lounge, Laredo's, I call it Laredo's best kept little bar, secret. It is an awesome little bar. Mike and his staff out there to really take care of you. The Classic Cats, that's a group that I belong to. We're playing 70s, 80s, 90s. We go from CCR to Billy Joe to freaking Enanitos Verdes to Cornelio Reina. We're all over the place. You're going to be like, oh shit, all over the place on the next song. Probably because it sounds bad. But still, I mean, it's still, we're trying. And the last thing, Tejano Express Radio, for hosting this podcast and through Fred. So we really appreciate that. Before we move on, anything you want to say?
No,
Lucio's still in the house. So we can't
Yeah,
talk
so
to
I got to keep an eye on
we
him,
can't
man.
talk
'cause
too much shit. Keep an eye on the stuff because he likes to take chairs and shit
Yeah.
like that. So, Ricky, can you please come up? Thank you so much, guys. Oh, shit. We got Conjunto Royalty in the house. I am so glad. Check that out. All right, so I will say one thing. The sound that you guys have, as far as Conjunto goes, it's tight. It is tight. I've heard some of your stuff, and not just because you're here, but when it comes to there's a bunch of Conjunto groups out there. There's chingos, but the sound that y'all have, guys, I don't know. Let me ask you this. First of all, welcome to the podcast. I will say that we had Joe last time with Tejano stuff, but as far as Conjunto, you're the first one, and thank you for accepting our invitation. But let me ask you this, please, to introduce yourself, how long you've been playing, what you've been doing. I know you got somebody, I think you play drums, right? So you and I are friends because that's mine. So I was watching what you all put yesterday, I was watching you.
You play drums.
Well, I play something.
He has a drum set.
I don't know.
He has a drum
I have a
set.
drum set. So.
That's all he has.
Wow. What the hell? It's like Lucio never
He
left.
said that drum set is TJ5.
Yeah.
Gee.
It is an old drum set. So.
Yeah, he's saying that he can buy you.
Like it's going like this, the money. So talk to us, Ricky.
First of all, I'd like to darle las gracias. Thank you for having us here for the first time. Ricky Ruiz Scorpiones was founded in 1993 November. So this year I'll be having 32 years.
32. Wow.
Wow.
But before I started my band, I was born and raised in Hebronville, Texas.
Okay.
And I used to play for local bands as a drummer. That's where I started.
As a drummer.
Yes,
See,
sir.
Wow.
see, the best
I
starts as a drummer.
And nobody taught me. I taught by myself. And I thank my parents because they used to take me to the dances when I was 5 or 6. and they wouldn't worry about me because I would go sit down by the band and just look at the band.
They knew where you were. Yeah.
They knew I was gonna stay there all night, and then I would ask my dad, I want a drum set, and he finally got me something. I used to get trash cans, and
Uh-huh.
just beat the hell out of them, you know.
Yeah.
Hearing, and that's how I learned by ear. And then I got my first drum set, and I started, getting better, and I heard some local band need a drummer. I went in an audition. They hired me like that, and I've had 12 CDs out there already.
Wow.
In my 31 years.
That's awesome.
So my first 2 recordings, I did the drums, but then they would tell me, hey, but you sing, you need to come to the front. So I started getting the bass, and now I play bass till now.
Okay. Do me a favor, get a little closer to the
Yeah.
mic, please. I want to make sure that they hear you.
Yeah.
So that's interesting because, real quick, just for a point of reference. So in the Classic Cats, we have Mario Alvarado, who used to be a city councilman. He's the lead singer, but I sing certain songs, and when I do, we switch roles. We switch roles, and I come to the front with the guitar. You're right, because even though we can do it, I know you can sing and play drums.
yeah.
So can I, but people expect to see the singer.
Exactly.
Not everybody can do a Phil Collins, and
Yeah.
sing from the drums. And it's hard.
It's hard.
Because you're using 5 points of contact, both hands, both feet, and your mouth. And it's a lot of work there's a lot of stuff going on here, right? Because I know you do some backup singing, and then I know you're probably one of the ones that are trying to get people in. So I appreciate what you guys do because we do it, and it's not easy. You guys have been doing it for a long time.
Yeah.
We just started. We've only been together for a couple of months, and I hadn't played. In fact, your brother, I started him with the drums 30 years ago. Now he's way ahead of me. I haven't played drums in forever. I just picked it up, and in fact, I bought this. It was the promo set at Guitar Center. It was like $50, the whole thing. But anyway, so I hadn't played in forever, so it's hard to get into it. So 30, how many years?
31 years, going on 32 years.
And how many CDs?
12.
Wow.
Working on number 13.
A lot of it is original music.
I write some of my songs. Not the
Awesome.
whole CD, but I do try to write
So
my
you do
own
some
song.
covers and then some
Yes.
original.
And the covers that I do them my style.
Yeah, your style, yeah.
I don't copy the way the other bands recorded.
Right.
Because
No,
I
you wanna
want
change
to
it up.
do
Yeah, make
my
it your own.
style.
Yeah, of course. So-
Same song, but a little bit different. you
So
know.
I think I bought 2 CDs from you, and like I said, that's why I became a fan, because someone that knows about music or thinks they know about music will recognize and appreciate the work.
Absolutely.
And I know how often do you guys practice?
We practice once a week.
Once a week. Well, at this stage, right? After all these years, we do the same thing, even though we're brand new. But the thing is that there's a lot of homework, right? We practice. A song's working great. If it's not working, you know what, guys? Let's go another one. But homework. Make sure you know your part.
homework, yeah.
So when you come in, we're not experimenting with the sound.
And
you
that's
need
why
to
you
be ready to
practice so
go.
you can perform it
Right.
well.
Exactly.
Wherever you're going to
Yeah.
perform.
So, besides the CD number 13, can you talk to us about your most proud moment of being a group?
It has to go back when the Legends were around, and I used to open up. They would use my sound, and they would, I would open up Tony La Rosa,
Oh,
Dos
nice.
Albertos, Rubén Vela.
That's royalty,
I
man.
used to open up with them, and they would use my sound, and that's something that,
Yeah,
they're
you
no
can't.
longer here.
Those are
but,
memories, man.
Wow.
Yeah, especially you got to meet them and work with
Yeah,
them.
I got to meet, and not only them. There's I also opened up for Ramon Ayala, Los Palominos, Fito Olivares.
Really?
Nice.
Throughout my years.
That's crazy.
And that's something that I might not be too recognized for my talent, but I'm proud of what I have accomplished
Yes.
till now.
Yeah.
So let me ask you this, Ricky. So of all the legends you mentioned, has there ever been a time where one of their musicians didn't make it, and then they ask you, "Hey, can you step in?"
Yes, there's been times.
How does that feel?
Oh, that even feels better because at least they know I know how to play.
Yeah. They trust
They trust me,
But that they came to you.
No, they called
They
me.
trusted
They-
you, right?
they
And
called
they
me,
told you.
yeah.
Like, it wasn't like, well, we ain't got nobody else. Hey, Ricky, get in here, bro. Get in here.
No, that's me. That's me.
Yeah, no, that's why I
yeah, back
mentioned
in the
that.
days,
You caught it, great.
we did some for Excelencia here in Laredo. And,
Excellent. I haven't heard
David
that in a
Deanda is
while.
a good friend of mine, and he knows that I play bass, so they were gonna do the last song, and he just, hey, you wanna play the last song? I was like, oh yeah, man. And,
Tear it
and
up.
then I asked him which song. I know most of his songs. He said, Ni
That's
por mi
great.
puñado de oro. I already knew it.
Yeah.
Of course,
the
of
chords
course.
that it has
Who
and all.
doesn't know Mi
And
Puñado de Oro?
after he said, you're hired.
Oh,
We need a bass player. I said, I got my band.
I mean,
But I mean, that was.
But thank you, yeah.
Yeah, I
That's-
feel.
that's- yeah.
You know,
That's a lot of pride, yeah.
That's a lot of
I
pride.
can
yeah.
imagine.
So I asked Joe Ojeda last week if he can read music. Can you read music?
Not really.
Thank you.
not too many people.
I'm
go-
going-
I go back for
soy
those
lírico,
because
soy
I've been
lírico.
criticized.
DJ,
That how the hell? what?
DJ, you can't read at all.
I can't read it all. Period.
At
But
all, bro.
but again, hold on, full of shit. No, sorry, I'm still stuck. So my point is this: I asked Joe, Mr. Joe had three Grammys, and he cannot read music. You, with all your experience, can you read music? Not really, a little bit. So if you put Chinese in front of me, the Chinese and music is the same thing. I can't.
Yeah.
So it's all by ear. So a lot of people criticize. Well, how can you call yourself a musician if you can't read music? Well, how the hell can you call yourself a cook? You know, if you know how to cook, I mean, you didn't go to chef school. So there's other ways, right?
There's other ways.
Lyrical.
There's a benefit to reading. I get that. I mean, and it amazes me when a band, my daughter's in band, and when they do the competitions, UIL, they give them 10 minutes for the band director to guide them through, and then they have to perform it. And each kid has to read it
Yeah.
for the first time.
Yeah.
To me, that's amazing. But tell the kid to play by ear and they can't do it. They're like, "Where's my music sheet?"
Yeah, yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, I feel like they're limited, right? To a certain
I
ex-
think to a certain point,
extent.
I think the best musician can do both. But those of us that can't, I mean, we're doing miracles. I mean, we really are. You know, but you know why? Because
it's
coming from,
a gift.
yeah, it's coming from the heart and it's coming from raw talent. It's not anything else. Can you imagine if they actually trained you? You know what you can do. You know, as far as writing and
Yeah.
so that's why you pay a composer or a writer to do it, and then you can, you know. So it's okay. You know, it's all good. We all get along. We all do. So what's coming up for you guys? I know it's a big event coming up. You want to tell us about
next
that?
Saturday, April 26th.
On Saturday, right?
On Saturday, Velita Guerra C93, they're having first annual Conjunto Fest. It's all Conjunto.
Right.
No Tejano, it's all
Just
puro
Conjunto.
There's going to be 13 bands, and
Nice.
we're going to be one of
We
them.
need to cover that.
Yeah, we're gonna try to
gonna be-
go
we're
out
gonna
there.
try to be out there.
So let me ask you this: you said not Tejano Conjunto. In your opinion, what's there's differences, but what's the main difference?
To me, I think, well, I mean, Tejano, I mean, you're from Texas, it's Tejano, you're Texas, pero Tejano's more like when you have keyboards and
So it's the instruments that
but
make the
there
difference.
Are, like in Monterrey, whatever, they call this music Tejano, Conjunto.
Conjunto, they call it Tejano.
I grew up knowing that Tejano was when you have keyboards and,
Yes.
you know,
Yeah.
Of course.
All the different sounds,
and-
trumpets,
and-
all that stuff. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Conjunto
The
is when
big
you
band
have
sound also.
accordion and bajo sexto.
So
that's
so
Conjunto.
Conjunto, if you see you,
Fara fara.
if you see
Firi, firi.
yeah, if you see Gilberto and all that, you're gonna see the same instruments, right?
Oh yes, yes, but everybody's gonna have their own style.
Right, I got it. But what I'm saying is, it's the
it's bajo
difference,
sexto
yeah.
accordion, basically. that's
Bajo
what it is.
sexto.
Yeah,
That's the big one
the
right there.
main thing.
Okay. Right, drummer. What's your name, man? I'm sorry to get your name.
My name is Juan Cobos.
Juan Cobos. How long have you been with the?
I know Ricky. Sorry.
That's okay.
Yeah.
I know you were cheering for Lucio over there. I saw you. You were bought.
Sucio Santana.
Sucio. Huele a huevo. Sucio.
I know Ricky since he works with me.
Okay.
So
We work at the same place.
Oh, okay.
I know Ricky, and he told me once, "Hey, you wanna help me?" And I said, "Okay, I'll help you."
Nice.
And then
So when was that? How long ago?
I
Last
think
year.
last
Last
year,
year I told him,
year?
and the reason I told him because I do have a drummer. He's my one and only son,
I got it.
Okay.
and he started playing drum when he was 5.
Nice.
Wow.
By
Yeah,
ear.
by year.
Yeah.
And he's 25, and he's good. Like he's good, but he works in the oil rig, so and during the week
yeah.
he's not here.
Yeah.
And I didn't want the practice to lose.
Yeah.
And I knew he played drums. He said, "You want to be my backup drummer? That way we can still practice."
Sure.
Because my son is pretty sharp. You know, not that he don't need to practice, but he
Yeah, he'll pick
You'll
up on
pick
it
it
real
up.
quick. Yep. It's
So
like
that's,
riding-
that's why I told him to come join the band.
That's
so-
good. It's good. You have a
And then
backup.
my son sings some of the songs too. So I told him when my son sings, let him come to the front. you
Oh,
get the
got it. So he
drums.
takes the drums.
Yeah, that way
Okay,
you can
cool.
be
I
out
like
front.
I like
Yeah.
the arrangement. I like the
Yeah.
arrangement.
And it's been working pretty good.
Yeah. You know, I'm just kind of bothered that you didn't ask me, Ricky. It's okay. That's all right.
No, they needed a drummer.
He needed a drummer, not a dumber. I get it. But so that's good, though. So you know what? You're right because, you know, one band member doesn't make the group. You know, including the leader. But so when you're down, that group still needs to keep going until you can come back up. And of course, you're the heart and soul, right? It's your group, and what goes right, good for the group. What goes wrong, shame on you, right?
Exactly.
That's what a leader is.
Yeah.
You know, when everything's right, hey, it's us, it's the team, right? But when something goes wrong, hey, I'm in charge. I'll take the hit. Right? I gotta take the hit.
Yeah.
That's what a leader does. So that's awesome. Besides this thing at 1828 next week, what projects does Ricky and the Scorpiones have coming up?
We're working, like I said, on CD number 13.
13.
So we're getting the songs together.
Okay.
I'm gonna have a couple of, maybe 2 songs of mine and 2 other original for somebody else, and then some covers, but on our arrangements.
Right.
And it's gonna be pretty good. I think it's gonna. As a matter of fact, Beto Ramon, he passed me 2 songs.
Awesome.
Sweet.
One of them is El Penco
El
Enamorado.
Penco,
It's
yes.
already out there as a single.
Yeah.
Nice.
I mean, Beto Ramon is he writes songs for.
Oh yeah.
bands,
Beto
yeah.
Ramon's Tejano
I mean,
royalty.
I was kind of impressed when he told me he wanted, like I said,
Oh, because
en
he saw.
conjunto, you know,
Yeah,
like-
no, well, he heard it with your style,
So he
which is
said-
good.
And he already heard it. Man, y'all did an awesome on because he just sent me on the guitar. He sang it and he said, "You put the music," and he liked it. And the other one's called Mil Botella. So I mean, they're coming out pretty good. I mean,
That's good.
This next CD is gonna be pretty good.
Where y'all recording at?
We're with CHR Records
Okay,
from
with Rick.
Harlingen. With Rick Garcia.
Yeah, Rick Garcia.
I was about to ask you where
It,
y'all
it's,
were
very,
recording.
it's very not funny, but it's weird because when I did my first recording,
Right.
which was a cassette because it was 1994, it was barely
Oh,
gonna go
nice.
into CD.
Wow.
I did it at Hacienda Records. It
And
was
Rick Garcia was there.
Wow.
Yeah.
But Hacienda Records is no longer in service, so he has CHR Records.
Yep.
But
Nice.
it's Rick Garcia.
You said 1984?
1994.
94.
94. Yeah.
And as soon as
I was 24, Lucio, so screw you.
so
Anyway,
as soon
go
as,
ahead,
as
sir.
soon as we produced it, then the
want me to take 'em
CDs,
out,
the CDs started coming out.
Yeah.
But we already produced it.
So you're right in the crossfire
Yeah, I
of
was
the
in the
change then.
crossfire, yeah. But then after that, it was all CDs.
Wow.
Nice.
That was
man.
this was the first recording. Then
So
That's pretty cool.
let me ask you: after all these years, after all these albums or now CDs or now whatever the kids call them nowadays, what's kept you going? Because I'm sure there's been setbacks, there's
Oh,
been
yes,
hard
yes,
times, but what like repulsed you? Like I want to keep doing this.
it's because, like I said, I guess it goes back when I was a kid that I was just around music too much, and the guy that was influenced by was Cornelio Reina. He was my idol.
Oh yeah.
He was my idol.
Oh yeah.
And I wanted to be like him, but I said I was never gonna be like him. But I mean, I guess, you know, once I started my bands, I'm not gonna stop now.
No.
And of course, I used to ask advice from older musicians.
That's great.
Is it hard to have a band? The first is, well, you need to buy your own stuff, you know, your sound.
Yeah, yeah.
That's
it's
all.
expensive.
It is.
It is.
I
But
mean,
I didn't buy everything like right away, but up to now, those years, I have like $30,000 invested in equipment.
wow.
So that's why I used to rent sound for other bands that didn't have. And that's why I've known a lot of bands throughout my years.
Yeah, we know that. You know, that's why we're trying to get more
And-
equipment here. We know the cost. You guys have any donations?
What's the call?
Yeah.
Listen, Santana, he wants to buy your equipment.
Who's talking to the guy anyway?
Why is he still here, bro?
Full of shit. That's a,
Why, I thought you locked the door. Jeez. But it's to hear your story and now that you open up some of your hard times that you went through. So but it's good to see that you're still doing it.
And I mean, what really kind of got us down with the COVID. 'Cause
Yeah, that's
we
it.
weren't doing
Yeah, that
nothing.
hit
We weren't doing
everybody,
nothing. As a matter of fact, with the COVID, we started going to the studio to record the last CD that we did. And my dad, none of my families are musicians, but my dad used to go to dance. He loved to dance.
Oh yeah.
And he liked two songs out of her heart, El Rey y Un Puño de Tierra. And I told him, Dad, I want to record those songs for you. But unfortunately, he passed away before I recorded them.
Yeah.
And thank God he didn't pass by COVID. He was 93,
Right.
World War II veteran.
Awesome.
And so my son said, no, Dad, let's record those songs.
Yes,
And,
of
In
course.
his honor, yeah,
and
absolutely.
we've been doing pretty
absolutely.
good with El Rey.
Good.
El Rey, they're playing it in C93. I mean,
Great.
it came out, we didn't do it like mariachi, like como
The
it's
typical-
originally,
the typical, yeah.
recorded. I said, we do it with our son. It
Yeah,
came
your
out
son.
pretty good.
Hey,
Good.
Lucio, can I borrow some money so I can pay Ricky so he can say more Tejano Express than Z93?
He needs to remember that Tejano
Oh,
Express
yeah.
video is still there.
At the end of the day,
At the end of the day.
So no,
Ay, que no invitó.
Déjame invitó. Tejano Express.
No, taking a Rick. No, taking
No.
any plans to do collaborations with anybody que
Yeah, I was
gustarías?
gonna say. But
Sorry,
Well,
Bob.
I would really, that would be one of my inspirations to have somebody that I know. And right now I'm talking to, I don't know if you've heard him, but pretty sure, the one who wrote Entiérrame Cantando, Oscar C. Hernandez. He's from
Yes.
Corpus Christi.
Right.
Yes.
He did
Corpus.
he did very good with
Yeah.
that song.
Oh, yeah, he did.
And
did.
I told him that I wanted to record one of his songs, if I could record it. He recorded back in the late 80s.
Yes.
Mi Novia Maria Juana.
Maria Juana,
It's,
yeah, we get it. We get it.
and he said,
We got it, we
This is
got
a
it.
grown-up show,
he said,
grown-up
sure.
podcast.
I said,
so-
sure. I said, but I want to see if you can sing one part and one of them. So we're looking to that.
That's
Absolutely.
pretty good. That's
Because he's a
pretty
good
good.
composer, and he even said, oh, you know what, I got another song I want you to record. So
That's good. That's good.
it's good to have
So
friends.
those right there, Ricky, are more important than any plaque, any award. When these people that put a piece of their mind, heart, and soul on paper on a song, and then they ask you to do it, your style. To me, that's
Yeah, that's already,
more important than anything you can put on the wall that says.
And it's an honor.
Yeah, it is an honor. It is an honor, and that's and you know what? I don't know you that well. I've known you for a little bit, and the one thing that the reason I asked you to come in is because you're humble. We want to bring in people that are humble, that are good at what they do, but that keep their feet on the ground. Don't, because once you start believing it that you're that good, then you become an asshole.
Yeah.
And
I've
then-
had a lot of compliments, but nunca se me ha subido.
Exactly.
I
No,
stay where I'm
and I
at.
think your guys
'Cause
are the
they're-
same
they're good.
mentality.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
they're good accomplishments. Can't complain.
Of course.
I was a class of 2021 Hall of Famer in Dallas, Texas, Tejano Roots.
Really?
Nice.
Oh, wow,
I got a
congrats.
plaque. They-
Congratulations.
See, so now,
Yeah.
see?
So
So
I'm
we're
a
bringing
Hall
in
of-
quality.
I'm a Hall of Famer now.
So you're the Hall of Famer.
Where's the ring? Ah,
I actually got a plaque.
Nice.
You're a Hall of Famer, not a hollow blamer like the previous guest.
And
Why is he still here?
I don't know why he's still here.
Can we get security? Can we get security to show him
Oh,
out?
and throughout the years, we've entered a battle of the bands in Zapata, Hebronville, Laredo, 6, and out of the 6, we got first place 5 times.
Wow.
Awesome.
Out of the 6.
Fíjate.
That's
And
great.
the one that we didn't get, I think it was fixed. So,
Of course, no. I was gonna say Laredo fixed. No, Compadrismo still alive? No way.
but I mean, anyway, having all those accomplishments, I'm still the same person, and I help anybody. So you know me, you know who I am. And
Absolutely.
I help anybody I can. Sometimes we do benefits for
promos,
people
yeah.
because I mean I think that's something very special.
Yeah,
you're
absolutely.
helping out,
Paying it forward, yeah.
and all that came from my parents. That's how they brought me up.
Yeah.
You need to respect people. You need to be honest. Be humble,
good.
and that's the way I was brought up, and that's who I am.
So let me ask you, Ricky. I mean, with all your trajectory and your history and your experience, do you have any proteges right now? I mean, other than your son, he plays with. But do you have any any other proteges or students or that you're
Actually-
training or bringing
Actually,
up?
I've had some calls from
grooming.
people that they're not musicians, and hey, I want you to show me how to play the bass. And I tell them,
Has that ever brought hold a school, like maybe a little tutoring on the side?
well, it's because, I mean, I don't know. if
Life
they're-
happens, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's, I mean, I
But
don't know.
I'm saying, like, with your talent, I mean, I'm sure you would want to pass that on to somebody
Oh
else,
yes,
right?
I mean that would be an honor somebody to learn from me,
Yeah.
and then they can say when they're older,
All right. Right,
And
absolutely.
I'm no longer here.
When they're more TJ,
And I'm vintage.
when he's more vintage.
How,
It's more
how the hell
vintage.
did I become the target of this? It's all freaking Luciano Pavarotti wannabe's fault.
Why? Can we get security to take him out?
John,
No,
and
but,
you.
I'm gonna be 59 this year.
Wow.
You see?
Yes, sir.
You see? He's gonna be 59. I'm 54. You're talking shit about me, but he looks better though. He does look better. Yeah, he does look better. I will say.
So
Wow, Rick,
But,
it's just, but it's nice to hear that somebody's been at it for such a long
definitely.
time, and they're still doing it.
And
That's-
still doing it,
and
yeah.
not
believe
stopping, and not stopping.
Believe me, there
with
has
plans.
been times because another advice that another musician told me, Ricky, once you have your band, you're gonna have up and down. You're gonna have musicians go and come back again.
Sure,
But
sure.
never. Bueno, en español dijo nunca dejes que la bandera. you know?
Right,
Right.
right.
And-
What is
but
it?
there has been times where I'm thinking about, you know what, I've had it.
Well,
Up to here.
But
because-
since I have the music inside
yeah.
me, that
No, you know what? I
I-
foresee you, like the greats, Tony and them. I got a chance to meet Tony at I think it was Freer. He was after all his recordings and everything he did. I saw this older guy selling his CDs, and I bought him a CD by himself. And a lot of people didn't know who he was. I knew who he was because and I'm like, holy shit, it's Tony, and I got a chance to meet him. He was already up in age, and to see him trying to still push his music by himself in a little carnival, whatever the hell it was.
Yeah, and
it was sad, but it was also very humbling to me because he loved it. He
that's his
loved
craft,
it, and
that's
he
his
was
craft.
still going
and
to
I
do it.
believe it was harder back in
That's
the
his
day.
craft.
Yeah,
Oh,
to
yeah,
put this stuff
absolutely.
out.
Like, for
There was no
example, when
YouTube,
I
none
did
of that.
my first recording, I had never been in the studio, and they had at that time they had reel to reel.
Right.
Oh,
Now it's all computer.
It's all computer.
See,
the
contrary
technology.
to other people, I have no idea what that is, but
In other words, like they say you did an error.
you have to,
Now it's just computer. You just
Oh, yeah.
copy
Just
and
fix
paste
it right
whatever,
there,
you know,
right?
it's-
They'll cut it out or
Yeah, they'll
AI,
fix it, they'll
AI or
fix it, they'll
something.
fix it.
even the auto tune, right? Even
Yeah.
Auto-tune, yes.
Yeah, I mean,
Now you don't even have to be. That's all AI. You don't even have to be in the studio,
Oh, yeah.
and your voice will be projected on there.
I can
It's
be
great.
where I want to be.
Yeah. Basically.
look what happened with Top Gun, the remake. Val Kilmer did not speak. He couldn't
Oh,
speak
no,
anymore.
that's true.
But it sounded like him talking
sounded
to
like
AI.
him, yeah.
So, yeah, it's interesting, man. But so I mean, so you got projects, you got recordings. Any goals to try to come out?
Well, one of my goals would be that one of my songs to hit.
Got
you know,
it.
like that would be,
Yeah.
because they always told me you only need one song.
That's
Yeah,
it.
yeah, one
right?
song, yeah.
To be
That's-
remembered,
to
for
be remembered.
immortalized forever.
But
Yeah.
there was one song. Actually, this was my first recording. I wrote a song. Todos mis amigos toman.
No.
Not here.
Not here. Not in Laredo.
Speaking of,
Not in Laredo. We're too boring.
Toman
I guess
consejos.
they heard that song pretty good. Like a lot of people know me with that song, and they ask me to play it when I'm playing.
That's
good.
Todos mis amigos toman. I guess they know.
When you
So-
tell them, sí, yo también.
Tráeme una beer.
That's the invitation, yo también.
Wait, let me ask you this: is it like for the mariachi? When I'm playing whatever, the more I drink, the better I sound. I mean, I don't know about how it sounds over there.
That's
but,
what he thinks.
And we have Elvis in the house, and we're not going to ask him. See, I don't know if he drinks or not, but I'm serious. The more I drink, I sound like
Well,
Vicente.
When we practice,
He thinks he's
si no hay cerveza, no hay practice.
That's right. Same thing here. Actually, so let me tell you, the classic cats. I'm the young one. Everybody's in their 60s, so they don't drink. I'm the one drinking, so I don't know how it sounds when they're drunk.
Actually, so when he starts drinking, he starts losing his hearing. That's what it is.
Yeah.
So, como my friend tells me, bueno, vamos a tomar, vamos a practicar.
Bueno, pues we can do both.
My drinking team has a music
Because
problem.
I tell you, it's happened sometimes. I mean, I don't need to drink, but I mean,
Yes,
it's,
you
como
do,
it's
Rick.
already
Yes,
like,
you do. It's okay.
you know why?
You need to support
you feel
commerce.
like water, like, like
Yeah, water's
the shit that gonna do it.
We started like in with a 6-pack. Now it's a 24.
And the music sounds better.
Yeah.
Toward the end, it sounds better.
We forget instruments and
No,
stuff
pero,
like that. But yeah,
very
Ricky, why are
fun
you
and-
playing the trumpet? I don't know.
why are you
Also,
mariachi
I'd like to
outfit?
thank Mr. Fred Medina, because when I met him, no nos conocíamos, we know
Right.
each other.
Right.
And he told me about Tejano Express, and I gave him some CDs, and
Yes.
he's playing their music, and I appreciate that.
No, let me tell you something. Now
Because-
you said that. So Freddie here, awesome guy. I recorded a song for in honor of Jimmy Gonzalez after he died. I did Kaya, and I sent it to him, and to this day, he'll play it. People don't know who it's me, but I wanted to see the way the voice sounded with a Tejano song. I even called Mike, Jimmy's son, and I told him, look, I'm not gonna charge. I'm not here to do anything other than honor your dad.
Yeah.
And he gave me the blessing, and so we did it. So, but to his credit, yeah, Fred is open to helping people out, and
yeah.
so I really appreciate what you do. Not very pretty to look at, but full of
And
shit.
this is full of shit.
We're still working on the cameras.
Yeah. But no, I mean, as you know, Ricky, the doors is always open. And I really appreciate you coming to
No,
this,
and-
because this
and-
is one of the things that I wanted to do,
One-
and we talked about it, that it has been one of the things that I've been wanting to do from the get-go. But then, if it's one thing, it's another. It's no equipment, we don't have enough cash, whatever it is. So I really appreciate it. I really
And
appreciate
as soon as we have the next CD,
Yeah.
I want to bring it personally to
Yes,
you.
that'll be awesome. Wow.
And
Yep.
because when Laura Canales passed away,
Yes.
well, Selena had already passed away, right, también. So, like, I'm not a good songwriter, but I can sit down and I can write you a song. And I was thinking, I remember a song that Cornelio wrote for Cuatro Estrellas en el Cielo.
Oh, yeah.
And I said, well, there's these 5 girls that I know that are no longer here. So I came up with Cinco Estrellas Brillantes,
Ah,
which was Celia Cruz, Chavela, that wants to play the accordion.
yes.
Laura Canales, Selena, y Lola Beltrán.
Oh, Lola.
Cinco Estrellas Brillantes. I recorded it. Pretty good song. Like,
Nice.
just all he says that cada quien tiene su estilo diferente. Ya no están con nosotros, stuff like that.
And I'm going to say this, and I'm not lifting up my collar here, mi cuellito, porque I'm here to open up doors for a lot of artists. Okay? I don't care where they're coming from or what, pero la música, si les va a abrir las puertas somewhere else, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it as much as possible. Don't care.
Oh, and
Because
we
I
appreciate
don't
it.
have no boundaries. That's what I'm trying to say. I don't have no boundaries. Nobody's telling me what to do and what not to do. I'm my own boss. I'm my own company. So that's why I tell a lot of the emails on Facebook and emails and all that to all the artists. I don't care. Send me the music. Send me the music, and let me work for you. Yeah. Because that's what I love.
No, and you're doing great. And like I said, I appreciate you, playing our
No,
songs.
you're welcome.
I'm-
You're welcome. No.
I have no words to say. I mean,
Yeah, no, and
because
I tell everybody.
I know it's pretty hard. Some people will not play your music.
Right.
And
Unless there's money behind it.
Unless-
Yeah,
unless they're-
of course. Yeah. Oh, I know how that is. So,
I'm not rich, so.
nah, hombre, no, not with me,
Pobre
not with us,
Guillermo.
not at the Tejano Express. No, not there.
But I mean, like I said, I love what I do, and I'm gonna continue doing it till I can. I only have one son, and I always tell him, the day I'm not here, you keep going.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
you're singing now, like you keep going. And now he has a son. He's 3 years old, and man, he likes music. I told him he's gonna be better than us, man.
There you go.
He's already ya la trae en la
3.0,
sangre.
That's yeah. awesome.
3 years old y ya la trae en la sangre.
Te mando saludos el compadre Carlos P. García de aquí de Laredo.
Oh yeah, Carlos, sí.
Saludos,
good friend of mine.
Carlos.
Saludos, Carlos. Yeah.
So he wants to know what your favorite memory is as a musician. That's coming from Carlos.
Well, like I said, the favorite memory would be playing with those que mencioné ahorita. Like, to be able to play, I guess one of the good memories was Don Gilberto Garcia. Because I play the accordion a little bit.
Okay.
I'm learning, pero puro oído, but I can defend myself already. I can do 12 songs, whatever, I mean. But I remember we did song for Los Dos Gilbertos, and he said, Rick, what do you play? And I play the bass. And what other instrument? I like the accordion, but I'm learning. Which song do you like? of mine. I said, palabra de hombre. He said, you have an accordion? Yeah, I have an accordion. Tráetela. You know, okay. He had the patience to teach me that song.
Wow.
I mean, to me, that was a good memory because not everybody does it. No, they don't have time.
Right.
Yeah.
Like especially them that they were gonna play, and like you could have said, "Well, I'll show you other day," and that came from him. I didn't ask him.
You didn't
He
ask
did-
him, yeah.
He just, and that's a good memory because I mean, like I said, no cualquiera te va a hacer eso.
So, and you know, quick story. So, the mariachi, many years ago, we played for Maná after one of the concerts here at the LEA, back when it was the LEA. And we're playing, and I'm playing vihuela, you know. And so the strumming of vihuela and the mariachi is very different than the guitar, right? The armónico is very different. So the guitarist comes to me and goes, hey, show me how to do it. I'm like, I'm going to show you how to play anything. You know, this guy tours the world. But when they're that humble, and he wasn't joking. He really wanted to know the secret because he had seen it. And this guy's so it's a big honor when someone
big honor,
that's
yeah.
out there that asks you or takes the time to
Takes the
engage
time,
you
yes,
in something. So that's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it shows the respect for the music, for the arts. You know?
Another good thing that made my band, you know, come out part of a show. I was browsing eBay and I saw a Scorpion bass. It's
Oh,
actually
nice.
a Scorpion
Yeah.
bass.
Yep.
Beautiful.
I said,
Beautiful
man,
piece.
I bought it and I've had it for 15 years and
Oh,
I
great.
do I play some of the songs. I put a wireless. I go down and with the people and people stop me and they take pictures because it's something unique. You know, like you don't see.
You don't see it every
it's
day.
a bass guitar,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
it's actually a Scorpion.
That's awesome.
That's
pretty
and
good.
I put a neon string, so
Yeah.
I mean, and I put bling bling. Well, actually, my wife put bling bling, and
That's
you know,
awesome.
It stands out.
Yeah.
It's a scorpion. It's because I'm a Scorpio. That's why I got a scorpion everywhere. You know, like,
Nice.
I'm from November. Soy escorpión.
That's where you got it
El
from.
escorpión mayor. me dijo.
Un pinche veneno.
Dijo, lo bueno diga que pican con la cola.
I better not
Yeah,
say
we
that.
never thought of it, but no, that's awesome, Ricky. Like I said, look, coming from a fan, we really appreciate it. Keep it up, man. Keep it up, and I'm glad that your grandson is already showing interest
showing,
and
yeah.
showing talent.
I'm impressed.
You cannot negate the genetic,
lineage.
passing over of stuff. That's
blood.
awesome. So Ricky and the Scorpiones will last forever, right? After you're gone, after we're all gone, except for Lucio, because Lucio never dies. But
It'll
but,
be then just Los Escorpiones, right? But it'll still keep going. There you go.
Well, actually, my son
His name Ricky also.
He's junior,
And then
he's
the third?
Oh wow!
So that's why I
then
say
you are
it's-
There
right.
you
There'll
go.
be Ricky and the Scorpiones.
forever, forever.
go.
Like he said,
Ricky and the
3.0.
Scorpions. Like
when,
that.
when this vintage is gone.
Oh,
Bueno, classic. When
Classic. eh?
yeah.
But no, I really want to thank you guys, Tejano Express, TJ.
Yep.
Thank you so much.
No, thank you.
No,
thank you guys for stopping
guys.
by.
Yeah.
Like I said, I know I know you all practiced yesterday, so, but I'm sure y'all gonna still go do some drinking and talk some shit about it.
It's mandatory, right?
Hey.
It's
No,
mandatory.
I told my guys yesterday, I told them about coming over here. Everybody was willing to come, but something came up with.
That's fine.
And
That's
we could have brought the accordion.
Yeah, I was
So-
gonna
so
say.
let
I
me-
wanted to.
so speaking of challenges, we're
we
gonna
go.
pull a Lucio. So next time you come in, please come on in.
Oh, no, I would like to
Because
do
so far
the-
nobody's done it. So
Yeah,
I
we'll
would
do
love
it.
for you to
We'll do
do,
it. I was
especially an original
looking
piece.
forward to do that.
Especially an original piece, whatever.
I mean, whatever you can do, but be ready to do a Totonilco, El Circo.
Oh, yeah.
Hay unos
Heck
ojos.
yeah.
Just be ready. I mean, whatever you guys want.
whatever you want to do,
Throw it on
bro.
a playlist.
Nomás no me pidas algo de Maná.
I want you to do some Britney Spears. Your stuff.
No, pero again,
Dragons.
les agradezco mucho, bien agradecido. Appreciate it.
Oh, thank you for coming.
Being
you guys for
being
having
the
Ricky
first
Luis.
conjunto, como
Yeah,
dijo TJ.
you are.
That's, I mean,
You are. And believe me, it's going to be talked tomorrow in the morning show. So.
And I hope it won't be the last.
No.
No,
We'll be
absolutely.
back, and hopefully we'll
This
have
is
the whole band here.
The first of many.
Yeah, it'll be the last time for
Hopefully-
Lucio to be
hopefully
here,
next
but
Why is he still here?
I don't know why he's still here.
Why is he even still here?
He's full of shit.
We're done with him. We're done with him. Why is he still here?
I don't know. I don't know. You know why?
Doesn't he have like a plane to catch?
No,
or
he
something?
doesn't.
Seriously, can we get security?
Security.
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 Let me tell let me tell you this: when we come back next time, I'll make sure tell Ricky
Yeah.
so he can bring the bass.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
So
Yeah.
you
So
cannot
we can
walk in here without
showcase
the
that.
bass. Oh yeah, so we can see the
showcase
bass,
his
yeah.
scorpion.
Yeah.
I'll take a picture with the
We'll
scorpion.
definitely do that.
Yeah, absolutely. It's gonna go in our walls here. We're gonna start decorating here. People, we have
I don't
we have
remember.
Mr. Joe's big humongous picture over here that we're gonna blow up. So we're gonna start decorating the wall.
You
with
need a magnifying glass.
Somebody.
Joe,
now, that you're,
poster, Joe.
now that you're mentioning that, I can't remember right now in my head that, but somebody told me that if I wanted to donate it so they can hang it in, somewhere else in
What, the
bass.
bass?
No. But that was porque hey, that's something.
Well, yeah, but no, I mean,
And I said no, but I do the show. I mean,
yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, you don't take the bike away from Evil Knievel.
I've been looking forward to see if there's some, but I've never. 15
unless
years
you
ago.
have it made, unless you have
Well,
it.
it was. I know.
it
I'm
was
pretty sure it was
custom.
custom made.
Yeah,
but,
of course. Yeah.
And I'm not gonna say. I'm not gonna lie. I told me, hey, but you must have paid a lot of money. No, I paid $400. That's what.
Well,
I
that's a
paid.
beautiful
I mean,
base.
you know why? No, mi Lola.
Nobody needs to know that.
Because I'm not like that.
Yeah.
It was good to have in my band and people like.
No, it's
That's
part
a,
of it.
it's a good showcase.
Like one time we got on the stage and take a picture. No, with the bass.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, Ricky, can I borrow it? And then we go to the picture. Can I borrow it?
Oh, let me tell you a story. Let me tell you another story about that bass. We played in a club in Corpus Christi, Texas, with Bonnie Mauricio.
Oh, yeah,
from
Bonnie,
Corpus.
yeah.
And I had my roadies, right? And I, I took down the bass, and so I told my roadie, put everything in the van, and I'm gonna go, collect whatever. And we took off, and we're gonna be in the morning show in KIII TV in Corpus.
Oh, yeah.
We're gonna have the show in the morning.
Yeah.
And then we got the motel. Yeah. Now Bonnie Mauricio, hey Rick, you left your bass behind. Which one? The Scorpion. What? Hey, my roadie.
What?
Didn't get him paid today.
No kidding.
But thank God it was Bonnie Mauricio. He's a good friend of mine for so many years.
Yes.
So I went and picked it up in his house, But can you imagine?
Oh my God, that
I
would
was already like,
yeah.
No kidding.
It would have just been Ricky.
so now what I
Ricky
do,
and
now I put it,
No Scorpion.
I put it up myself now.
Yeah.
Trying to buddy.
Dummy cord that to you with the rope or something. With the
Trust in
bungee cord.
anybody.
No, está bien.
So, Ricky,
great,
again,
man.
thank you so
Thank
much
you,
for
Rick.
stopping
No,
by.
thank you
It
guys.
was-
Fred,
It was awesome. Do me a favor, if you don't mind, if you can stick around a little bit.
Oh, yes.
Only because, again, we want us to have you sign that, and then we want to have you take a picture with you. And
Yeah,
that way, next time, the rest of the guys come in and
Oh, yeah.
let's get some music going, man.
I
So,
guarantee you will be here.
we really appreciate it. Again, well, we do the transitioning, guys. And we're listening a little bit to.
Ricky,
Ricky,
y los
right?
Escorpiones.
That's right.
On Tejano Express Radio.
Oh, no, that's not that.
Muchas gracias, Ricky. I really, really appreciate it.
Thank you both of you for being here today. I really appreciate the stories, your time.
And I mean, we can stay here on a lot of stories, but we'll go far.
No, we got Elvis in the house, so we gotta give Elvis some time.
We gotta give Elvis has just arrived in the building.
So no, thank you so much. Again, guys, let's talk a little bit about the sponsors: Mariachi Mezcal de Texas, Silverio Martinez, attorney at law, Waterway Protection Services, Wizard Wicks. Still waiting, Eric. Still waiting on that pizza. El Mariachi Mix, Whispers Bar, Tejano Express, and
3
Classic
weeks
Cats.
later.
I know he lied to us. He's like every other man in my life. He lies.
What?
So, all right. So, okay. So we're gonna bring up our final guest of the night, and we're gonna ask him to. I mean, I haven't had a chance to meet him in person. I know I spoke to you yesterday, but come on, go ahead and come on up, man. Come on up.
Thank you, Rick.
Don't go anywhere. Don't go anywhere. All right. Here we go. Do we have music for the? Hold on. Before you give me. Hold on. Come on. Have a seat. Hold on. We got something for you. Hold on.
We don't have lights yet, but we're working.
Yeah, we're working on it. Like you know, you guys, we know how to welcome a guest, right? All right, so we got. There you go. All right, so Elvis, actually, I didn't know about you. Some of the people here had heard of you. I hadn't had the honor of meeting you. Thank you for showing up. And let me tell you, man, before we say anything, before I let you speak, I want to tell you something. I know about what you do. I know about what you do for the community, for the elderly community, for the religious community. A lot of time that you dedicate to your craft. Not everybody can have the balls to say, I'm going to imitate one of the greatest performers besides Ricky Reese and myself, Elvis, right? Not everybody can do that. I'm telling you, it's not easy. I wouldn't even think about it.
Comments from Lucio.
Yeah, no, Lucio's too quiet. No, now you're in front of. Now you're in front of that cactus. So again, before we even start, I appreciate what you do. Not only the talent, but the time and the effort to put in. Like right now, I mean, you're in full costume, and it is who you are, right? It's a big part of your life. I know your mom and your sister are behind you all the way, and that's what's making you successful. It's not so. Sometimes it's not us. It's the people behind us that support us and get us through stuff, right? So, I'll shut up now. Please introduce yourself. Tell me what you do. Tell us what you do, and take it away.
Alrighty, well, Johnny Calandis, take it away.
There you go.
Well, good evening, everybody. Good evening. Well, I'm South Texas Elvis, Luis Salazar Jr. First of all, I want to take this time. I want to show you thank you, Fred. Thank you very much, and you know who I am, right?
Yes, yes, I do. Yes, I
and
do.
I tune in as well, man.
Thank you so much. Thank you and your family. Really appreciate the support.
No, thank you, and I want to thank you all for having me this evening. It's an honor. It's a pleasure. Oh man, I mean, I love all kinds of music, man. I grew up, man, definitely, man. You know, I'm 31 years old. Well, I'll be 31 in May. You know, God willing, right? I've been doing Elvis for the past 15 years.
Wow.
15 years, you know, 15 años cantando. When I first started, I started in a talent show. I graduated from LBJ High School in 2012.
We're not going to hold that against you. Just
You
playing.
didn't go to Nixon. You didn't go to school. So, but anyway, go ahead.
Oh, man.
You didn't go to Nixon, you're last.
Ricky Bobby, shake and bake, baby.
Oh, man. And yeah, behind the scenes, like I remember one time I told, you know, my father, may he rest in peace, and my mom, is that I wanna perform. Like, you know, I grew up with Elvis. I loved, you know, like I said, I grew up with all kinds of music, but my dad was a big fan of oldies. You know, you would tune into the Supremes, Motown, right? You know, Elvis, you know, himself, you know, Richie Valens, you know, etc., right? And I just remember one time we were sitting in the back seat, and all of a sudden I hear this song coming out, you know, dun dun, one through party in the county jail, you know, and
Wow.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
Elvis? No, that was Elvis right there.
I'm right here, man. I'm right here. And I asked my father, I asked my dad, I was like, Daddy, you know, who's that? You know, who's singing? He's like, Elvis. And I'm like, well, Elvis who? You know, and he's like, Elvis Presley. So from then, I started, you know, studying more about him, get to know more about him, you know, how he dressed, you know, how he performed, how he moved, how he danced, right? You know, how he was with his public. And for sure enough, you know, I grew up being an Elvis fan, you know, since I was 8 years old. And going back to the talent show, you know, that was my very first performance, you know, at the talent show at LBJ. You know, I started off with Suspicious Minds. You know, we're caught in a trap. I can't walk out.
Stop it.
You just start crying, man.
All right, I'll get you a tissue, man. Don't worry. And from there, there was a festival going on at the arena. You know, at the arena at the time, and the coordinators, one of them was Gustavo Guevara, and I remember Mayor Raul Salinas at the time as well. My parents, right, went to go talk to them both, you know, for them to give me opportunity. And during that time, they gave me the 3 days, right? It was Friday, Saturday, and Sunday when they had the performances, right? So they gave me all 3 days to perform, right?
Oh, great.
And that was my very first performance. And to this day, I give them thanks, right? Le doy las gracias, right? A Gustavo Guevara and Mayor Raul Salinas at the time, you know, for giving me the opportunity. You know, it opened so many doors for me.
Right.
And from then, you know, I decided. Well, I remember telling my mom, my dad, you know, was let's go to the adult daycare centers. You know, let's go to the nursing homes. You know, I would like to go ahead and, you know, bring them some joy, some happiness.
yes,
Of course.
yes,
You
yes.
know, and you know, for sure enough, was one of my first ones was Retama West. From then, you know, and then from then on, you know, there was Regent at the time was Regent. Now it's Frontera, I believe. We spoke with the coordinator from there, and you know, she gave me the opportunity, you know, and for sure enough, you know, I started performing. Majority I perform at all the adult daycare centers here and nursing homes here in Laredo. So from then on, you know, I started participating in all the Jamaicas, right, as well. You know, Jamaicas for San Luis Rey Church, Holy Redeemer Church. I did Holy Redeemer as well. Christ the King, Santa Cruz, right? You know, and then for sure enough, también, you know, we went to the Valley. And the Valley, over there in Los Fresnos near Brownsville, there was a festival. You know, the gentleman, Mr. Simon Vega, may he rest in peace. He would, which is one of Elvis's best friends. They had an Elvis Fest over there in Los Fresnos. So every year, for Elvis's birthday or anniversary, he would invite me, another Elvis tribute artist, to go perform.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's pretty good.
That was a great experience, and because I got to meet, well, for sure enough, I got to meet all Elvis tribute artists from San Antonio, from Brownsville, Harlingen, Corpus, Beaumont as well. And for sure enough, you know, I had my fans over there, and I would hear them, right, and I would hear them say, "No, we're waiting for the one from Laredo. You know, we're waiting for Laredo, you know, to perform." So I mean, I love it. You know, I love, you know, being on stage. You know, I mean, but you know, what my dream was is to keep his memory alive. You know, keep my idol's memory alive, and for sure enough, you know, to keep all this beautiful music alive. You know, I mean, I don't want it to. You know, I want for the years to come, but to still be remembered, you know. So I really enjoy it. I love being who I am.
That you know what? Honestly, I'm gonna call you Tocayo because we're both Luis.
Oh,
He's not Elvis?
No, it's Tocayo right now. That's why I told you. What I know about you and what you've done. You know, I've seen some videos and pictures of you, you know, performing for some of these folks, and the joy and the smile that you bring to them, that's priceless. I mean, and I know that a lot of times you do it for no pay at all. I mean, it's just the joy of doing it, you know, and the dedication. So that's a lot of
Selfless service.
yeah. Talk about selfless service.
Yep.
You know, I don't know if you know, you're sitting in front of 3 combat veterans, and so one of our values is selfless service, right? Where we put our lives on the line for what we believe in, and you do the same thing. You know, you're doing the same thing, because I know a lot of times you'll go out there, and yeah, they'll tell you thank you, but you know, who's gonna pay for what you're wearing? Who's gonna pay for your practices, for your talent?
It's an investment.
Right.
Yeah, a lot of times they don't, and so you do it out of a sheer commitment to your fellow man. So we really that's why we wanted to bring you on to showcase you, to let people know. I didn't know about you till yesterday when we spoke, and today, and I thought I knew everything about Laredo, right? So a lot of people don't. And
You're right.
Hopefully, the people that are gonna see this for the next couple of days and whenever, that they realize that we do have this kind of talent. Is there anybody else in Laredo that you know that's doing this, or are you the only one that you know of?
Oh, honestly, TJ, no. You know, honestly, I met, you know, all kinds of singers here. You know, singers, right? That also sing, right, Elvis songs. You know, but you know, as far as, you know,
Personifying,
seeing him with the jumpsuit and all. No, as of right now, no.
I don't think there is. Like I said, I didn't even know about you, and so I doubted there's anybody else doing it. So, but again, I'm hoping that now after today, you know, where we're exposing you and what you do to the rest of the Laredo community. I mean, they need to know. They need to know, and hopefully somebody will see and say, you know what, we need that guy to perform here and there. You know, so hopefully, you just never know. You just never know.
No. No, like I mentioned, I mean, I've been doing this, yeah. I mean, gracias a Dios, thank God, I already have, 15 years performing, and and thanks to because. Thanks a lot to my parents, right? To both my mom, my dad. My dad opening the doors, for beautiful music, like I mentioned. My mom, because my mom used to make my outfits, right? She used to make my jumpsuits.
Oh, wow.
At the time, she made my first white one because I posted, like you mentioned, TJ. I posted some pictures, the very first pictures. I'm taking everybody back in time, and that was that outfit, the red and white. That was the very first one that my mama made, and she made it, from scratch, and she has a problem in her eyes, so she no longer does them, right? I order them now, and well, I have my brother Joseph. My brother Joseph, creates my intros because I have my own intros. On my videos, you'll hear an intro in the background, and then you see me come in. Yeah. So and then my sister here, who now she runs my sound system. Right, I have her running the system and all. I have my laptop, right, I have my music, right, and she's the one. Before she used to give me the towel, and she used to give me the water, before, and like I mentioned, like how I'd look back, right, and I'm just like, wow, I mean, you started off, giving me the towel and the water, and now you're running my system, And like I mentioned, like you mentioned, TJ, yeah, I mean, voluntarily basis, right, on some majority events. But like, for example, like for the Jamaicas, right, I mean, like for the Jamaicas, it's like, I leave it up to the fans, I leave it up to the coordinators, whatever they want to give me, same thing for the nursing homes, for the adult daycare centers, they'll give me getting that, whatever they want to give me. But all I want is just, just to perform on stage.
No expectation. I mean, you just want to perform and make them smile.
Right.
If they appreciate it, and of course, if they have the means, why not, right? I mean, because it costs money. It costs money and time, right? It's not nothing in this world is free. Nothing.
Yes, sir.
Except this podcast, because we don't have fucking sponsors yet.
Sponsors out there, trust me, this is gonna grow.
No, you're right. It's all
Jump
about
on
money,
board now.
Yeah, jump on board. Yeah, jump on board now while it's cheap. Because once we get good, it's gonna get expensive. So.
Yep, absolutely.
But any projects you got coming up, Elvis? Any goals that you have that you want to take this to?
Well, as of now, I'm working on, getting more events. But right now, as of now, because I know I have something in the works, right, for out of town. God willing, right? There's a restaurant in Kingsville, right? In Kingsville, Texas, for Smokehouse Barbecue. I went because, like I mentioned, right, I perform not just here in Laredo, but I've done performances, right, in the Valley, right, in San Antonio, in Alice, right, in Corpus, but in Kingsville, right, I did a couple of shows, right, for the Smokehouse Barbecue place, right. I did it for Valentine's Day, so hopefully I'm looking into it for Mother's Day, right? It's in the works. And as of now, right, I am currently working on, still getting more events, right? So we'll see, we'll see within the path,
You just gave me an idea. So I don't know if you know, but I have a mariachi group. So
I know where you're going with
you know where I'm going with this?
You know where you're coming from?
So out of five songs that we do for the serenata, maybe we can do. we'll just have Elvis join the mariachi.
There you
the song.
We'll just put some, beaters coming down some beats coming down the jumpsuit, and he's in the mariachi.
We'll talk offline. Yeah. So I have Ana Isela Tinajero Colmenero, which is my daughter. She's asking, what's your favorite Elvis song to perform? A lot of them. I'm sure you like them all. But which was the one that really gets you, like, bring the crowd in and they feel your passion for Elvis?
Man,
All shook up.
Come on, think about it. It's got to be one that you're like,
Jailhouse Rock.
Oh man. A little, to answer the question, right? When the movie came out, right, back in 2020, 2021, I went to go see it, right, with friends of mine, right? Very good friends of mine. We went to the movies, first night, right? I had my outfit and everything. you know, and majority of everybody was asking me suspicious minds. Suspicious minds.
Okay.
You know, like I mentioned to you, TJ, when because I perform at all types of events, I did funerals. You know, recently I had my uncle Francisco Salazar, may he rest in peace. You know, he passed away a couple of weeks ago. I remember he told me, you know, when he was like, "Mijo, like, can you do suspicious minds?" You know. So majority, I get suspicious minds. Yeah. It's movable because I mean, it has a rhythm to it, and then I get to dance, I get to shake, right, when I'm singing, right. Yeah. I think that's my top. That would be like my top request, top favorite, honestly. Yeah. Suspicious Minds.
It's a very good song. That was my dad's favorite song too.
Oh, really?
Yeah, my parents went through a divorce, and when I was a younger kid, and I guess it got him through the turmoil or what have you. But he would always play that song. Yeah, that's crazy. But that's where I know the song from. But it's a wonderful
I
song.
went through a divorce because I had a suspicious mind.
Luis,
And if she's watching, no more child support.
Luis, is there a number, maybe a website that they can get in contact with you?
No, yeah, absolutely. They can go ahead and find me right under Luis Elvis Salazar on Facebook.
Okay.
Facebook, it's public, right?
Okay.
They have my website as well, elvisinlaredo.weebly.com, right? They can also find me on Instagram, Luis Elvis 94. Right, it's also public-wise, right? But majority everyone can find me on my Facebook, under Luis Elvis Salazar. It's a picture of myself, right? With my glasses and all.
Pink Cadillac in the background.
You know what I like is that yesterday when I called him, well, actually he called me. He goes, "Hey TJ, it's Luis Elvis." I'm like, "Who?
Who are you?
Luis Elvis." And so I'm like, "Oh, so you're gonna sing? You're gonna be in character?" He goes, "Elvis never leaves the building." I'm like, "Okay." I'm like, "That's pretty good."
That's what I'm talking about.
He's always taking care of business, man.
So I like that because it keeps you on your toes, right? It keeps you on your toes, what, like I kind of asked you already what your goals are, and you know what, I hope that somebody gives you a chance to take it to another level,
No, I mean, and definitely also, when I was first starting, also, I remember that, also we were part, behind the scenes. We were part, and my dad, because he loved to read the newspaper, every day newspaper, the Little Times. So, one time there was an article of American Idol. So American Idol, my dad is like, looks like, there's some auditions for American Idol in Austin. So I'm like, at first I was like, nah, like, I don't think so. Like, I don't know, And then my mom, right, my brother, they were like, well, you should try it out. Let's give it a try. And my dad too, yeah, let's give it a try. Was short on cash also as well, and but ahí vamos, we were there, and yeah, for sure enough, I ended up, auditioning for American Idol, in Austin at the time, the Frank Irwin Center at the time.
Right.
We had, I remember the first audition, I was super nervous, man. I was nervous, and I remember that when we first registered, there was so many people. It was very, very, very full. They had the tables like this, right? With papers to register, and for sure enough, they told us you need to be here at the arena by 2:00 in the morning, because they open up at 8 in the morning, and so nervous, I was very nervous, for sure enough, yeah, we were there at the arena at 2 in the morning, tired, nervous. I wasn't myself, man. And for sure enough, se pasó el tiempo, right? The time went by fast, and it was already 8:00 in the morning until finally they opened up the doors, right, for the arena. And for sure enough, ahí vamos, right? And nos tocó, right, all the way onto the top. And I didn't want to look down, man, like I was like, Oh man, like what am I doing? I even told my mom, I was like, what are we doing? Like, let's go home. I told her, I was like, let's go home. My mom's like, no, aquí estamos aquí. Like we're here already. So no, for sure enough, right on that first audition, yeah, I mean the time started going by quick, until 4:30 came around. We started going down. They started bringing everybody down. My mom and we separated. I told my mom, I was like, no, let's stick together. But I chose my mom, right? I wanted because and one of the things that we have in common, Elvis and I, is that we're very both close to our moms. Right. And I'm very close to mine. True. And yeah, I told my mom, I was like, no, like get that, stay behind. For sure, no, we separated. And it was, we got there to the bottom of the arena. I started, I introduced myself. My name is Luis Salazar Jr. I'm 16 years old, coming from Laredo. And what song are you gonna sing? Well, I'm gonna sing one of my favorite Elvis songs at that time was "Follow That Dream." And I gotta follow that dream, whatever that dream may lead. I gotta follow that dream to find the love I need. And I was dancing. I was like this, right? And dancing. And there was some teenagers behind me, right? They were laughing at me. I could tell they were laughing at me. And I was like, okay, okay. So they forward him right to the front. They asked him to go to the front. I guess they told him no. And for sure enough, they told me to go to the front. They asked my name. What's your name? Luis Salazar Jr. Where you're from? I'm from Laredo. Congratulations, you passed the first round. And yeah, it was, I was like surprised. I was like, oh my gosh, like, passed the first round, But at the time, American Idol, which I'm pretty sure is still strict to this day, and they told us that you're gonna have to stay, you're gonna have to stay for a week in Austin at the time, for the second round. So I stayed a week for the second round, and we stayed there. Like I said, aquí estamos, we're here already. So it was at Barring Creek Resort area there at B Caves, yeah, right there, like about 10 minutes outside of Austin. Right. And I remember, also same thing with the big line, as well. We had to be there earlier. This time it was like around 8 o'clock in the morning. We needed to be there. And on that second round, it was the Barring Creek, right? It was a big resort area. It was first on the first floor, same thing, same song, performing. It's like, okay, you can go to the second room, and for sure enough, also same thing, I started singing and, dancing and all, and finally I get to the third, right? Because it was 3 and the second audition, so finally I got to the third one. There was lots of cameras with the American Idol logo in the bottom, judges, like more than you all here, right? And now this time I was like panicking. I was like, with all respect, right? I was like, what the hell am I doing here? I was like, oh man. So no.
What did you say? What's wrong with me?
I'm all shook up.
I was, I was just like, I was scared, man. I was scared, but, I mean, I had the confidence, and, same thing, where you're from Laredo, Luis Salazar Jr., I started performing, right? At the time, American Idol has their theme song, and the time it was Good Time Cowboy Casanova by Carrie Underwood. It was Good Time Cowboy Casanova, and they asked me, and they were like, do you know the theme song to American Idol? I was like, I only know parts of it. And no, they just stayed quiet, right? They were talking entre ellos, right? And for sure enough, no, we're going to go ahead and pass you to the third round. Wow. So I was like, and so the third round came around, and it was on October 12th, I still remember. Same thing, Frank Irwin Center. Also same thing, we needed to be there earlier. This time it was only a couple of us. I believe it was only 50, out of the 1,000 and some, right. We went down to 50, right? And yeah, on this round was the metal, right? It was a big one. This one was the one where Jennifer Lopez, Steven Tyler, and Randy Jackson were going to be there. right? And it was gonna be the actual audition, right? The actual thing,
Televised and everything.
Televised, yes.
How about that?
And yeah, I got to meet them, right? I remember they put us all in a room bigger than, bigger room. They covered all the walls, and they were like very strict. They were like, we don't want to see no logos, we don't want to see no Coca-Cola, we don't want to see none of that, throw it away, and yeah, for sure enough, they started letting the judges in. Jennifer Lopez, Steven Tyler, Randy Jackson, they all started coming in. Ryan Seacrest, I had the pleasure, right? When my audition was gonna come up, he sat right here next to me. He's like, well, what made you get into Elvis? Why not Frank Sinatra? I'm like, okay, and for sure enough, he told me, he's like, you can go right in, and go ahead and do your thing, go ahead and go sing. So I'm like, okay, and I was right here, right? I was in front of them, and I introduced myself, right? And they were like, well, go, what are you gonna sing? I'm gonna sing my idol Elvis. I'm gonna do Follow That Dream. And same thing, started singing, I started dancing, right? I see Randy Jackson just shaking his head, and Jennifer Lopez, Steven Tyler, they were staring, right? And I finished singing, and they told me, they're like, well, where you from? I'm from Laredo. I was like, what got you into Elvis? Steven Tyler was very impressed. He's like, keep on doing what you're doing. Keep going. Don't stop, right? Jennifer Lopez also told me the same thing, right? Keep doing what you're doing. Don't stop, and keep going, right? They told me it's like you go ahead and try out for the next season. I was like, okay, yeah, it was a little bit, I got a little sad, honestly,
Yeah.
but I went to go represent, Laredo. And technically, like, I made it all the way to the third round, right? It was a great experience, but not also because, well, it was during Elvis week, it was during the time, right, of Elvis, right? And I got to meet lots of people, lots of Elvis fans too. I mean, I still recall to this day, I even met some people from Memphis, right, as well, that went to audition in Austin. So it was a big experience, and an experience I will never forget.
Luis, let me interrupt here. I have a viewer. We have a viewer that his name is Ramiro, and he said that he had the pleasure of meeting you and seeing one of your shows, and it was a great show. He was pleased. He even took his mom and took photos and all that, and that was one of the best shows ever that he has seen. That's coming from one of the viewers. And the other thing I was going to say was that, I mean, you made Laredo shine during that time.
Thank you.
Question is, was there some Laredo support?
Yes. Mayor Raul Salinas, and his wife at the time, Miss Salinas had an Elvis outfit. I mean, an Elvis jumpsuit, a black one. And she told me, she was like, here, like, go ahead and take it. Go ahead and wear it, for the annual audition. I couldn't wear it, honestly. Like, I couldn't wear it. I wanted to, but they didn't let me, But, she gave me, she loaned me the outfit, right, for me to wear, like, for the auditions, right? And technically, yes, I had, so much support, but especially, like, from the mayor, right? But I had tons of support, everyone that supported me. I remember at that time, after auditions, when the phone rang, it was Mr. Salinas that called. He's like, how did you go? How did it do? How did you do? And technically, yeah, he was telling me. He's like, don't let that, don't let that stop you. You can keep going. Right. Keep going. Keep shining. Like you said, Mr. Fred, keep shining. He said, keep going. Échale ganas. That's what he told me.
Well, I didn't hear any of this ever.
Yeah.
I didn't know.
No, me either.
That's
I
what
mean,
I'm telling you.
until
So
now.
the promotion of stuff like this in Laredo was really bad.
Yep.
Because I had never heard that you had gone that far. And like I said, I'd never heard of you before today. So again, our goal here is to showcase people like you, to showcase, what you've done, how far you become, show the support from your family. I mean, you when you are here dressed in character, it's not just you, it's all the support you get from them.
Yes.
And your fans now, right?
Yes.
So, I know that some of the people here knew of you. I hadn't had the pleasure, but I will tell you this, I'm very impressed, especially, going up to a show like that. Now I gotta ask you this: is Brian Seacrest a short little guy?
Yeah.
He is.
Yeah, yeah.
He looks small on TV, so I figured he kind of was a little. He's not as small as Lucio. But
Sorry,
he's
man.
not as small and cute as Lucio.
No, I mean,
Full of shit.
But that's awesome, man. That's a great story. That you went all the way.
That's
that
pretty
you
cool.
went that
That
far.
is
I mean,
badass.
you're the pride of
Yeah.
pride of Laredo, and
So
let me tell you, man. Some of my heroes wear jumpsuits. Elvis and Evel Knievel. So
There you go.
Evil Knievel.
no.
I grew up with the music too, and one of my late aunts shared the birthday with him, and so every time it was her birthday, we had like Elvis thon going on at my mom's house and her house. It's just crazy. So keep doing what you're doing, man. Seriously.
Yeah.
I like the energy you put into it. It's not something that you've been doing for a while, and then now it's kind of like fading out for some of us when we do some things.
Right.
You're still in it. Like you're in it 110%. Stay in it. Stay and keep doing what you're doing. If you bring smiles to people's faces, who cares what the others say?
That's what matters.
I when I'm playing with my group, I bring smiles, but because they're making fun of me. That's not the kind of smiles
that's
we
a little
want.
different.
Like, why are you up there?
I always said, my friends, I've always said that all music is great music,
It is.
right? Like I mentioned, right, I grew up and for sure enough, first I want to thank all our viewers, Facebook Live, everyone that's watching. Thank you so very much. Muchísimas gracias. Thank you so much. I want to thank, everybody, for your wonderful support for all these 15 years, and technically, TJ, I'm going to be honest, for 15 years, like it's an honor, like you said, Mr. Lucio, it's an honor, right? I mean, it's something to me. It's something big, 15 years that I made it, because like you said, TJ, right? I mean, it's hard. Like I've gone through so many ups and downs, right? I'm not gonna lie. I've gone through obstacles, right? Going out looking for events, going out looking for performances, right? There's been times that I talked to my mom because, like I said, my mom's my best friend. I mean, donde quiera andamos, right? I mean,
That's good.
and I talked to her a veces. I'm like, should I hang up the jumpsuit? Or should I keep going? My mom no will lie, no, you're not gonna do that. No, ya estamos aquí.
She's never gonna let you drop it.
No. But I mean, I had so much, awesome support, from Laredo, right? I love my hometown. This is where I was born, where I was raised, and this is where I started. I love my hometown, and like I had so much support. I exclusively, even. From also, I was interviewed from Univision, from the radio stations, right? Recently, I'm gonna be honest, I had the privilege to have my own oldie show with Star Murphy with the Blitz 100.1 FM.
Oh, she's awesome. Star.
Yes, she's wonderful. She's and I had to, it's an honor, and she still is, right? My boss. Right, for putting on the show on Sundays. So I had, and it's an honor more because Elvis's birthday came around and she's like, let's do an Elvis special, and you're gonna host it. And I'm like, oh my gosh, like I'm like, oh man, I can't say no to that,
no.
So I mean, and I give them thanks, right? Le doy muchas gracias, right? Thanks to everybody, and technically, events here it open more doors, especially like I said in Kingsville, San Antonio, Brownsville, and honestly, and I'm giving you all my word, I'm giving my word also to our public, right? And I want to go to continue. I want to keep on, fighting, right? Keep on getting more events, right? I made a promise, to Elvis, right? I was like, no, you know what, E? I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna keep going. I don't want to stop. No matter what.
That's good.
One thing before we go, and again, I really appreciate you taking the time to come over. I noticed just yesterday talking to you, and I could hear your mom in the background, and the way you guys, how close you are.
Yes.
So that is our job as children, to honor our parents.
Yes.
Correct. Always. And you're lucky because I lost my mom when I was 16. So it sucks. Mother's Day, I'm singing mariachi to a bunch of mothers, and I hate it. I fucking hate it because my mom's not here. So you're a very lucky guy. And she supports you at that level. So don't ever waste an opportunity. to tell her that you love her and that you appreciate her, because I don't have that.
No,
so.
no, definitely, and I know you're feeling, TJ, because of my father, right? You know, I mean, he passed away with COVID 4 years ago, and to this day, duele. You know, it hurts.
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
You never get through it.
I mean,
Yeah, and I'm here to tell you that you're never gonna get through it. It's never gonna be okay that your dad's not here.
No.
But you gotta keep on trucking.
That's right.
You know, to be the better version of yourself and honor him. You know,
Definitely.
for what he's done. And you know, your mom the same way. Just don't ever give up. Don't ever.
And-
It's not an option.
And definitely, I wanna dedicate also, you know, this podcast. I wanna dedicate it to him, and I wanna dedicate it to all my fans, right? Dedicate it to everybody, but also to my fans that have, you know, passed away as well. You know, that are always with us in spirit. You know, I had one time, you know, she passed away, Miss Delia Ayala. May she rest in peace. She was one of my biggest fans, you know, and especially she was one of those that was there at the arena, you know, with her, and then with another friend of ours, my mom, right? Les decían las comadres, you know, and technically, you know, I want to honor all who are always with us, right? They're always with us in spirit, you know. But I want to dedicate this podcast, right, all to them, you know, and to everybody that's, you know, everybody that's viewing right now, that's tuning in. You know, muchas gracias. Thank you very, very, very much for your wonderful support.
Yeah,
always.
Thank you for being here. And you know what I want to see? I want to see Ricky Rios and his Copriones pick up one of your songs and perform it with them, their style. I think that'll be badass. And then
Yes.
we'll have Lucio come in and clean up the fucking place afterwards. That's all it is. Look at him. Look at him.
It's just smiling. Lucio's just smiling in the back because he has a plan. Dude.
Luis, thank you again. Thank you so much
That was
for
awesome.
what you do.
So next
Don't
time
go-
you're here, we want you to perform something. Just like Ricky's
Be
going to do it.
prepared. Come prepared.
No, definitely. I mean, as a matter of fact, I did bring a pen drive, you know, just in case, right, if I was gonna do a song, you know. But also, you know, before we go, I wanna, like, since you all are veterans as well, I wanna thank you all. You know, thank you for your service. Thank you también a todos los veteranos, right? Everybody, thank you for your service, for what you did for our country, right? You know, and like myself, I really do appreciate it, you know, for what you have done, right, for our country, right? You know, thank you so very, very much, you know, for your service.
That's awesome.
You're welcome.
Appreciate it.
You're so welcome.
Appreciate it. All right, guys. So this is we're gonna wrap it up. Show number 5 out of hopefully hundreds for the future.
Definitely.
Guys that are watching and that are gonna continue watching, please show us that you're put it down and so that we can see that viewership. So let me tell you, we had the same amount of viewers as we did last week to this week. So we're hoping that we can expand it. So again, I want to thank Lucio, Ricky and his group, and of course Luis Elvis for being here today. It was awesome. Again, our shows keep on getting better and better every week.
Tell your friends about us.
Yeah, please share it and talk to each other and let them know that there's a venue for you guys to express yourselves and show us who you are, man. Show us how you make Laredo proud, not just talking about it, but doing it. Okay, so again, guys, signing off. Anything else, Lojo?
No, just piggybacking on what you said earlier. Don't forget what we celebrate this weekend and why and for
Happy Easter, everybody.
who.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, happy Easter, and thank you very much. Tejano Express, Mr. Fred, TJ, Mr. Lucio, thank you very much, and hope to see you all back here soon as well. I'm looking forward to it and taking care of business. Thank you very much.
Actually, Lucio's the guy. Lucio's that guy.
Oh, sorry, man.